to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Mike, he doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about... All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
Right up on the ball, 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Pistol formation with Washington in the backfield. They toss it to him left side, big hole across midfield. 1st down and more inside the 40, outside the numbers at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas! Mike Washington, 53 yards, and just like that, the Hogs are on the board. Pistol formation, Russell's in the backfield. Braylon. Green, though, going to keep it on the option. Right side, he's in the clear across midfield. They've got to catch him, and they can't do it. Green to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. 64 yards on the option. Green going to throw off play action. His tight end, Rohan Jones, alone left side. He may score. Jones down the left sideline. Touchdown, Arkansas. Rohan Jones flashed some speed after he caught that pass. And the transfer from Montana State is in for his first Razorback touchdown. Arkansas jumped out on him early, and despite more than a couple of toe stubs, the Razorbacks have walked out of here with a convincing 56-14 victory. Sam Pittman, Butch Jones make their way to midfield. An historic day in the capital city. The first ever meeting between the Razorbacks and Arkansas State, and perhaps the final time the Razorbacks play at War Memorial Stadium.
It felt like a home game, and that started with the hog walk, and we knew the significance of this game to the state of our great state, Arkansas. We knew the significance. And 130 years of playing, and we've decided, now that we're going to play the game, and so we certainly had to be ready for the game, and I felt like we were.
That's an understatement. All right, welcome into the zone. We are live at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, and happy to be here. Justin Acri, DJ Williams, a recap of the weekend coming up here through the show. We're going to be joined by Darren McFadden, the great one today.
I know that guy.
Yep, looking forward to it. Thanks to Arkansas Spine and Pain, and we'll talk to our friends from there a little bit later as well. We got Trey Biddy coming up. He was in town this weekend for the game. Get his thoughts on Arkansas's dominant performance over Arkansas State and see what else he thought about the weekend in the SEC. It was a bit of an up-and-down weekend for the league. Very surprising loss for Florida to South Florida, so those drums for Billy Napier's head are beating louder. And then you got the Mississippi State upset of Arizona State down in Starkville. We all talked about it this week, about how tough it is to go down there and get a win, and Arizona State found out the hard way. Hell of a game now. Arizona State went down and took a lead late after trailing early.
It's tough to go down where and get a win?
To Mississippi State. It's
for who?
For a lot of people. It's just been a hard – I mean, you can look over the years at Arkansas that's had really good teams and gone down there and struggled.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever lost down there, but a lot of teams have.
Okay.
Anyway, and then Mississippi State's team comes back, and they all they need is a field goal to tie and force overtime, and they throw a 56-yard touchdown. It was a great win. I was listening to it on my way back from Conway, so great win for them. But as far as close to home here, and we're going to talk about the NFL, incredible game last night. If you didn't stay up and watch it, you missed out. I normally crank it down about third quarter and call it a day. But we stayed up until the bitter end last night. What a great football game. My gosh, Josh Allen. My goodness, Derrick Henry. Holy cow, Lamar Jackson. It was just unbelievable. And how about Matt Prater? The guy's been on the team for 20 days or 20 hours or whatever it was, 90 hours. I don't know, 90 hours, like 3 days. He's been there 3 days. And then they're like, oh, hey, go kick a game winner, will you?
Boom.
Crazy. Anyway, all right, so this is where whatever the opposite of eating crow is, that's what you get to do today. Because the game played out. It is very rare that we talk about a game for a whole week and it plays out exactly the way we expected.
Yeah.
Where a team is just way too much, not competitive, high scoring because Arkansas did a lot of it, and you kind of got what you expected, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't say anything to brag. It'd be different if I actually thought there was an upset, but I mean that's the way that game
An
should have
upset
went.
potential.
Yeah. That's the way that game should have went. And I said it's not. I'm really not trying to knock on A-State. It's just if this wasn't A-State and the matchup that everybody wanted for all these years, and it was another team from that conference, and this happened, no one thinks anything of it.
Sure.
It was just all that kind of built up around it. But I get it because it's fun for the state. I thought the crowd, are you kidding me?
Yeah, the tailgating.
The environment was insane. I got there at 7 in the morning, Justin. It was nuts.
Yeah.
At 7 in the morning.
The tailgating was significantly better than it has been in years.
Yes, not even
because of
close.
both fan bases coming together. So if that's a big storyline or a big selling point, then maybe you consider the game being, if it's not annual, maybe every other year, every third year, something like that.
Yeah.
But as far as the game goes, you're right. I mean, we got kind of what we expected on the field.
And left a lot on the field. You know me. I'm gonna be optimistic, DJ, today. Okay.
No, you can be real.
But there are a few things when you go back and look at the tape, and I'm putting A-State in the category of like we can't get away with these things against better opponents.
Right.
And we got a better opponent here in about 6 days. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of film that I've watched over the weekend, and it's just when you're bigger, stronger, faster than a team, you can have those mistakes and it really not show up on the tape or at least on the scoreboard or the box score. But, yeah, still a few things. You know, obviously I can pick apart that whole game in any way that you want. I saw a lot of amazing things from Taylon Green where I was just like, wow, that was special. I saw a lot of amazing things from the offensive line. I saw a lot of amazing things from the defensive line, secondary at all. But then I can go back and say, ooh, Taylon kind of worried me about this one. This may come back to bite us. He threw 2 picks, and in my opinion, sometimes interceptions are just a part of the game, like, oh, that's a tough one. These 2, I think, were easily avoidable just based off decision-making and what are you looking at type thing. And then there was another one we kind of got away with where it ended up being a really cool first down. He gets out of the pocket. I think it was maybe the second drive of the game. Should have been another interception. So I look at those things. I'm just like, okay, let's go back, watch the tape. Let's celebrate this victory. Sure. I get it. But still a lot to improve on moving forward. But I will say this. Still, the way we came out, man, very, very impressed.
I think we can say this is legitimately a very good offensive football team.
Yes. That's still – fine-tuning.
Sure.
That's what.
I'm not saying they're a finished product. I'm just saying this is a very talented offensive group.
Yes.
Offensive line has been up to snuff the first couple of weeks. Admittedly, going to get a much more significant test this week.
Yeah.
But the skill players at receiver, there were question marks going into the season. They have proven that they know how to get open. They know what to do when they got the ball in their hands.
Yep.
And the tight ends are starting to make plays now, too. And Mike Washington is a freaky, explosive guy at times, too. So, I mean, there's a lot to be excited about offensively. And in a game like this week, you might be in a situation where you got to outscore somebody, and Arkansas seems to have the firepower to potentially do that.
Yeah, and they do. And along with that, getting into the right mindset, the physicality aspect of that game really, really was impressive to watch. Week 1, they kind of came out, still dominated, but you saw stuff on tape where Alabama A&M was getting the best of some of our guys, specifically our center, Caden Kittler. But he comes out against A-State, and he is an absolute dog out there, a menace. I mean, putting people to the ground, pancaking people, ear-holing people, not paying attention. You saw the same thing with Corey Robinson on that touchdown run from Mike Washington pulling around, and everybody's highlighting him on that play, rightfully so. But if you go back and look at every single offensive lineman on that play, dominating across the board. That was almost the most perfectly blocked play I have seen in Razorback history. So that was pretty special to see as well. So
I got a game ball for the kick returner for Arkansas State, because if he doesn't run that kickoff back, we don't get the over. So thank you very much to Chauncey Cobb. You're my player of the week. 98-yard kickoff return for the score to help cover the over in the game for those of us who wagered in that regard.
I watched that play trying to figure out where that went wrong. There was one.
It was amateur hour. And it looked like they're like, all right, give me the kicker and the 10 slowest guys on the team. Now go get them.
Yes, it was the number.
It was so bad.
I don't know who number 49 is, and I hate to call him out like this.
Well, at least you didn't call him by name.
But he took an angle on that kickoff return like Usain Bolt was back there kick returning. I mean, it put him out of place, and he didn't have his responsibility for that little cutback that we had. But, yeah, I was just like, God, that was just very poor. But we don't get a lot of kickoff returns.
It looked like I was running after him. But that kid is fast now. He's legit fast.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Is
Chris, go
this
ahead.
year 6 Scott Fountain? Year
I don't
5?
even know.
He's been here the entire time Pittman's been here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And our special teams is still bad?
Yeah, I don't know if they're bad. That
Yeah.
was a bad
We
moment.
had to call a timeout
I
later in the game because they had 12 men on the field on special teams.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to be a recurring theme. Let's keep an eye on that.
Well, it's wild because we've had our special teams that's been carried by a kicker when we had Cam Little.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you got a kicker now, too.
Kicker with our punter.
And you got a great punter.
And then you got to, and so, but.
And
like
a potentially very dangerous return man, too.
I feel like a lot of teams sometimes have a different philosophy when it comes to special teams about who is on those teams. Urban Meyer, when Florida was Florida.
Yeah.
The best players were on special teams.
Yeah.
You typically see your star players kind of sit special teams out. No, he said, I need my best players on special teams.
Yeah.
That's how important special teams is.
Yeah.
Then you have the schools where your best players don't do any special teams. And then you kind of have, the 2s and the 3s kind of fill those gaps. But and maybe we got to start putting some speed out there.
You need some dudes. Arkansas, it's hard to complain. And, again, Quinn said this the other day. It's like, he's not going to be perfect, and he's going to miss some plays because everybody does. Even the best players in the world miss open throws occasionally or make a bad read or whatever. When you have 300 yards rushing and 300 yards passing, it is hard to complain.
It is.
But there still can be things to point out. But it was what you expected. It was a dominating game. So the question of the day is, and for those of you who have not been paying attention, she was on the morning show today, the governor is in, and she is pushing for an annual matchup between these two schools. Do you want to see that game every year? And I was talking to Chuck, our promotions guy, who's an Arkansas State fan. Do I want to see that tailgate atmosphere and the energy around the stadium if it's at War Memorial every year, which I don't think it probably would be? Sure. Do I want to see a 56-14 game every year? I don't know if that's good for either team.
I mean, it's good
Do you
for
think
Arkansas.
if Arkansas was to do that to Arkansas State every year, the aura around the game would kind of wane? And the tailgating would not be as impressive?
Well, it depends on when the game is. You give me a day after Thanksgiving game when everybody from those two schools are all home.
But you're not going to play
you're
a
going to play
non-conference
an
game.
SEC game then. Yeah.
But beyond that, when you can –
It's not that you can't, because there are teams that play the next to last week.
Yeah,
Sometimes they'll have non-con games.
but not the last game of the
but
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think after a while it'll get old. I mean, I think now everybody's like, oh, okay.
I think we could schedule it,
chill and relax.
maybe every other year for like the next 10 years or something. And then after that, we can move forward. I don't know.
Yeah, I think every other year would be fine for me if it was a War Memorial. And it was funny, listening to Sam Pittman's comment, you just heard him. Wow, that was really like a home game. Man, what a great, environment. He was just talking it all up. Somebody got in his ear about it. That's what I think. Because those comments were completely different from what we – I don't want to come to Little Rock and play them every year. I want them to come to our place. I certainly don't want to go to Jonesboro, which I don't blame him. He shouldn't have to.
Yeah. You think he heard your spill?
I'm pretty sure he doesn't care what I think.
Was that Friday?
I'm quite positive he doesn't care what I think.
That was a good spill.
Well, anyway, he was very positive after the game and completely – I won't say a 180, but he did like a 150.
Yeah.
I mean, he turned the other direction significantly from where he was on this game.
In his defense, the crowd is completely different the way it's been before in the past, and that does go to show put a good, interesting game there, and the people will show up. And then I'm surprised that they did show up the way that they did just because, in my opinion, he's kind of been downplaying it a lot.
If Arkansas kicks butt and they're really good, I don't think it makes that much difference. I think people will fill it up.
Who they play? Yeah.
I mean, it does a little bit, obviously, but like you think about a few years ago, it wasn't full when Georgia was here and Georgia thumped Arkansas.
I think that for Little Rock, outside of the game, what's almost just as important is the tailgating experience. And
you're not going to get a better one than that.
You give us an 11 a.m. kickoff, you don't see that. You know, that time slot was really good for us too.
The weather was perfect. All the things came together.
Yeah,
it's an intriguing opponent. It's the first time ever. It's all the things, right? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know that I want to see that game every year, but a lot of people do, and that's cool. I don't have an issue with it. If that's what they decide to do, I'm fine with it. But I'm not going to sit here and pine for it. I'd also look. I'm biased. I like to see other teams in the state get an opportunity to play Arkansas, and the only team that hasn't is UCA. Would I like to see them play Arkansas? Sure, I think it'd be fun. So, but, again, I get it. These are FBS teams. I understand it. But you're clearly not on the same level right now, and that's okay.
I
And they made a lot of
understand
money this weekend.
the Arkansas side of it too, not being able to recruit that weekend, blah 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 blah. It's like, so it probably doesn't make sense to play it there every single year, but if you could do it, every other year, maybe every third year, then maybe it's worth it.
That's kind of where I was at. I'll be curious to see what the listeners think. I mean, do you want to see this game every year or not? I was glad they finally did
And
it,
if
so we could quit
it
talking about
is
it.
every year, then Arkansas State has to come to Fayetteville in the years that you don't go to Little Rock.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know if you – and again, I don't – when we talked to Kevin Krass, I mean, I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but I don't know how you guys felt. I didn't get a great sense of optimism that they were going to continue at War Memorial.
No.
Now, just because the governor's pushing for this to continue, I don't know if she specified, I want to see it continue in Little Rock, but I think that changes things because the tailgating, the ample opportunities for both parties to tailgate is much more significant at War Memorial than it is in Fayetteville.
Agreed.
And if the tailgate is the key, because that's going to be the best part of your day, because your team's going to go in there and get thumped, then maybe it's diminished, the experience is, if you go inside, or up to Fayetteville, rather. I don't know. And again, it was a good crowd. I don't know what was the official attendance, do you know? I had the box score printed off, and somehow it didn't make it over here with me today, but I do have it in a pile somewhere, I'm sure. I just don't know where it is. But do you know if they what the official attendance was?
I do not.
And again, you can always look at that with a sure, okay. Yeah. We'll talk to Trey Biddy about this a little bit later on. See what his thoughts were on the game itself. And I understand some people had some issues with the experience at the game, as far as getting in and out of the stadium. Some traffic problems, and I saw there was an internet problem at War Memorial. Hopefully, the game clock worked. It's a sticking point for Coach Petrino. I know.
Internet was a rough day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did it ever get fixed?
Yeah, I don't know. You know me, I had my deal with my little pregame show. It was a struggle. And then I gave myself some grace when ESPN couldn't get a signal up either.
Yeah, I mean, I was
That first
watching
quarter,
in
there was
Conway.
technical difficulties and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed the score. It was tough, but anyway. You want to join us today, 661-1037. Darren McFadden is here. We are excited to talk to D-Mac. I want to get his thoughts on this team, and certainly want to get his thoughts on Michael Washington, which we can then play back for Michael when he's on with us later in this week. All right. We've got some game balls and jock straps to hand out, courtesy of our friends at A Caddy's Touch Landscape, and much more. Did you watch any NFL games this weekend? Or were you just breaking down Arkansas tape?
Yeah, I was watching a lot of Arkansas tape.
I watched a ton of football this weekend. I watched Green Bay. They thumped the
I
Lions.
was kind of surprised.
Very surprised.
Right?
There were some good outcomes. Kickers were awesome this weekend. There were some great winning kicks. Brock Purdy led the Niners back through a touchdown. Kind of threw it up for grabs, but he got away with it. His guy made a play for him in the end zone. And then the game last night there's no comparison to that one from the weekend. But
What game last night? Which one?
The Buffalo and
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
How'd that go?
I already said. It was crazy.
That was probably a top
won?
3 NFL game the past 5 years, maybe.
I don't know how you've
Dang.
avoided it. That's all anybody's talking about today. I don't know how you've avoided it from the time you got up today to now.
Haven't seen it.
Well, not that you didn't see it. That's fine. But anyway,
let
I'll
me
just tell
guess.
you.
Let me guess. Baltimore won on the road.
No, Buffalo won on a last-second field goal from Matt Prater, who's been with the team for 3 days.
Yeah, okay. That's what you were talking about.
And they were
Yes.
down
How'd Josh
15
Allen
with 4
play?
minutes left.
They were down 15 with 4 minutes left and came
Josh
back.
Allen played well.
Yeah.
Josh Allen played great. Lamar played great. Derrick Henry played great until he fumbled late and gave him a short field. I'll tell you another huge play in the game that nobody's going to be talking about that much. They punt it, Baltimore does. It goes all the way down inside the 5. It's trickling toward the end zone, and the guy lays out and dives on it, and as he dives on it, it touches the end line. He touches the end line, so it becomes a touchback. So instead of having to go 99 yards, they have to go 80 yards, which is still a long ways, but they did.
One
of the cover guys.
team?
Yeah.
Was it about to go into the end zone?
No, I think he could have absolutely not dove and still made the play.
Oh, they're going to get on him.
Yeah, it was a huge. I was like, that is a huge play.
Let me see that.
Because you back a dude up to the shadow of his own goal line.
That changes things
completely.
Yeah, a lot.
But I mean, Josh Allen was unbelievable. Lamar Jackson, it really was like a man among boys. And Derrick Henry looks like he's lost 15 pounds. He's incredible.
Yeah,
he looks incrable. Jeez. These two teams are going to be right there.
What year is he in? You know, Derrick Henry.
Well, he's only second year there. I don't know what year he's overall, but
he's 30, I think, maybe 31.
Dang.
But he's still going.
He's incredible, dude. He's amazing. It's the best he's ever looked to me. He looked unbelievable. The breakaway speed. He was a freak.
Yeah.
Freaky. We played this clip last week. Wilbon talking about who's got the pressure on him. Listen, your windows aren't forever. I was thinking about this the other day. The Saints missed 2 huge opportunities, right? They got screwed on a couple of calls Well, they made one huge mistake against Minnesota.
That pass interference.
The miracle and the Minneapolis Miracle, and then the pass interference that wasn't called against the Rams. They got completely screwed on that play. And you think, okay, well, it's fine. We'll get him next year. No, your window's this big in the NFL. This big. And Lamar Jackson's not going to be dominant forever, and neither is Josh Allen. They've got to jump to that next level. One of those two has to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Are you talking about that clip where they were talking about which quarterbacks have pressure on them?
Yeah. Right.
And they were talking about a couple rookies like
Caleb Williams.
He did not what pressure? He's like, no, it's these guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
That was a really good take.
Yeah, I mean, if Caleb Williams, if they win 3 games this year in Chicago, nobody's going to flip out. It's like, well, it's Ben Johnson's first year. It's fine. It's not fine, but it'll be, they're picked last in the division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when people say we'll be back next year. It's like, no, you won't. You probably won't. The windows are so small in professional sports, and when you miss your chance, you miss your chance. And I'm not saying that the Lions are going to be bad, per se, but people saying it's like, oh, they're young, they'll be back. And it's like, I don't know if they will. They lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. I wouldn't be surprised if they struggle this year.
That's a great point. I hadn't thought about that, Christian. But also, let's be real, Green Bay has got a pretty good quarterback, too, and Love played well yesterday.
Is Casey's window?
Hang on a second. Let's get these calls in before we hit the break. What?
Okay. I was wondering if Casey's window's closing.
Casey who?
Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City.
I
mean,
they're slowly shutting it a little bit,
Okay.
I mean, they're fine. I'm not ready to. I mean, Mahomes is still in his prime.
Yeah.
I'm not. As long as Mahomes in his prime,
his weapons are
no matter how much they put around him.
Still.
I mean, that's what happened with Aaron Rodgers. Everybody started leaving.
Yeah. Well, Tom Brady too. I mean, they gave him garbage at receiver, and it's like, go figure it out. It's like I can't make chicken salad out of chicken scratch. Help me. All right, couple calls here, and then we'll hit a break, and then we'll talk to Trey Biddy. What's up, JW?
Hey, man. Hey, about this game, I'll play more next week when we play Ole Miss, but I guess the defense is really doing good. They have only allowed 14 points in 2 games, and the special teams is being special again. And my question is on this Arkansas State game, and how many times if Arkansas State is worried about getting the fans involved and all that, where were they at? Did they use the stadium to play somebody else there? Arkansas has used the War Memorial Stadium over and over and over, but I don't ever recall them coming down here and playing someone trying to engage with us. They want to engage with the University of Arkansas, not the people, because if they did, they would want to come there to begin with. And if you want people to have more games there, upgrade the facility. It's a relic. What's so special about going there? It's good that you ask the fans because we're the one that has to pay the ticket, spend the money to go. And
where were your seats, JW?
Lost along the way, huh?
Yeah. Where were your seats?
Where were my seats?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's kind of hard with a broken leg, just. But I spent money there to get her to see her get her ass whooped by Toledo. You want to know where my seat was in?
No. I'm just asking if you were at the game. I mean, I don't know. I was just curious where you watched it from and what your complaint was.
TV.
No, that's cool. Okay, cool. That's cool.
I mean, it was going to be everybody knows what it was going to be anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, where was Arkansas State coming down here trying to engage with the central part of Arkansas to get them? They play every game at home. Arkansas has done their part and came to Little Rock and tried to engage with us.
Is there a massive draw for Arkansas State to play in War Memorial against ULM?
Somebody else?
Yeah, I don't think there is.
Oh,
Arkansas is the draw.
So
Everybody knows
play
that. Yeah.
Small teams there. We're trying to just. You see the oxymoron there?
No, it's not an oxymoron. Here's the thing, JW. I'm not going to this, but here's the deal. Arkansas is the state's team. Arkansas State is not. Arkansas State has fans for sure. It's probably the second largest fan base in the state, but they are not. They're not the state's team. Arkansas.
Well,
is.
if that's the case,
it's
I get what you're saying. I agree with that. But here's the thing: if you want people to come to Arkansas to watch an Arkansas game, then give us somebody competitive worth watching, not a blowout team.
Okay. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Arkansas doesn't want to play an SEC team there, I bet. Anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if they do. Yeah, I don't think they probably do. And you're not going to get a bunch of non-con great matchups to come to War Memorial either, probably. And if you do get a great matchup, like you can play Notre Dame there? Probably not. Jason, what's up?
Yeah, hey, let's look at the big picture for a minute. I mean, what are we talking about here? We're really talking about an SEC team, beating up on technically a cupcake. Wow, and it's an in-state cupcake. I don't think it is good for Arkansas State. Look at the big picture, like Alec Baldwin said in Glenn Ross. Let's talk about something important. How about Arkansas being competitive in the SEC? How about that? On ESPN, everybody talks about Arkansas like they're the worst bottom-feeding team in the SEC. Why don't we get our priorities straight, quit worrying about what cupcake we play, and, be competitive in the SEC? And I know they're trying to head in that direction, with the offensive coordinator coming back, which was a good move. But, I mean, come on, guys. What are we really talking about here in the final analysis?
Thanks, Jason. I mean, Arkansas State is a very unique game, so it is different. So you can call them a cupcake, you can call them a lesser than, you can call them a non-P4, whatever. It's a different thing. So, I mean, that's not the argument to me. And then the other part of it is, of course,
I'm sorry.
May I? The other part of this is the financial side. And the governor said they think they can do some things to lessen the negative impact financially. I'm like, if you're Arkansas, why do I want to lessen the negative impact? I don't want a negative impact at all.
At all.
Every dollar counts right now, especially in this era of collectives and NIL.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christian. Go ahead.
Yeah, Arkansas State's definitely a different thing. If that game was Toledo again, the atmosphere wouldn't have been anywhere near the same. It's completely different.
Exactly. A couple more callers on, but Trey Biddy's waiting, so let's roll to him on the other side. Got to hit a break. It is 10:33. It's a busy day. Darren McFadden's going to join us. Also, our buddy Eli Craner's here. And if you want to pick up a copy of one of his books, including his latest joint, Mississippi Blue 42, he's got him here, and he'll sign one for you, I bet, if you ask real nice.
I got bit in the face by a dog like that.
That is a very random thought, DJ. We're back in a sec.
Always seems to know the way. Then I look at you.
Caleb Wooden gets in the zone with Justin and DJ, courtesy of Blue Collar Consulting, helping business owners lead with confidence and plan with purpose. Online at bluecollargrowth.com.
This is SportsCenter.
Week 1 in the NFL ended with some craziness. Bills 41, Ravens 40 last night. Josh Allen throws for 394 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 2 touchdowns as well. The Ravens were up most of the game. Lamar Jackson threw for 209 yards, 2 scores. Derrick Henry runs for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns, but a late fumble cost the Ravens the game, and the Bills get to 1-0. In tennis on Sunday afternoon in Queens, New York, it was Carlos Alcaraz defeating Yannick Sinner in 4 sets to claim his 6th Grand Slam title at the age of just 22 years old. The Spaniard once again claims number 6. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
At Arkansas Spine and Pain, we believe one thing above all. When pain ends, life begins. Whether you're chasing a touchdown, a grandkid, or just chasing relief from chronic pain, we're here to help you get back in the game pain-free. Proud sponsors of the Little Rock Touchdown Club and proud to serve Arkansans who refuse to let pain win. Call Arkansas Spine and Pain today, 501-227-0184, because when pain ends, life begins. Arkansas Spine and Pain, ASAP.
It's a great day for football. 2 rivals battling it out for a record-breaking crowd.
They're saying it's $1.5 billion.
Huh?
Wait, that's how much the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised for students since 2009. Because every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps students. They've given more than 822,000 scholarships and counting.
Okay, back to football. 2 rivals.
This is winning, folks. Playing the lottery is a win for students and maybe you too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
At Edwards Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Hi, this is Ted Upshaw from Accountable Roofing and Remodeling. Let us bring our over 30 years of experience to your next project. We are certified shingle masters, licensed, bonded, and insured. Are you one of the thousands of Arkansans who has received a non-renewal notice from your insurance company due to the age or condition of your roof? We can help. We offer multiple financing options, from help with your deductible all the way down for zero down for the entire project. Call today for your free evaluation, 501-621-0500, or visit us at accountablerr.com.
Welcome back in the zone. If you like the sound of our voices, you should see our faces. Check our live stream out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Now, back to the show.
Do you ever wonder whatever happened way back?
He's had his finger on the pulse of Arkansas sports more than anyone else. You've heard him on Drive Time Sports for years. Now, he's bringing his talents to the zone also. He's Trey Biddy of hogsports.com. He's brought to you by Tire Town, Point-S and Benton, carrying all the top tire brands. There's no stress with Point-S. Check them out at pointstire.com.
All right, we're going to hear from some of the players. We haven't heard from Xavier Sore yet. Got a pick this weekend. Big day for Taylor Green. We'll hear from him coming up in a little bit. And big day for Mike Washington also, who had the long touchdown run to kind of set the tone. And we'll take some more calls here in just a second. We've got Trey Biddy on the Jim's Razorback Pizza hotline. Trey, sorry about the delay there. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. I mean, I guess according to the last caller, we're not allowed to talk about Arkansas State, right? So what do you want to talk about?
He is not in charge of the show, turns out. So good news is you get to do whatever you want.
You got to play the team. You got to play the team in front of you, man. You got to talk about it. I mean, I'll tell you what is significant about the Arkansas State win. They have never beaten a G5 team like that. And I think a lot of people see a team on any other level and just expect that you're supposed to just clobber them. Like, you know, an FCS team, yeah, you should beat them 60-something to 10-3, whatever. But a G5 team, Arkansas State was 8-5 last year. I mean, and Arkansas has, held two other teams, the 8 other G5 programs that they've played under Sam Pittman. They've held 2 teams to fewer point totals, I think 10 points twice. And those teams were both 3-9. Those were 3-9 teams. So it is significant, and they've never scored that many points. I think 45 might be 44, 45 might be the most they put on a G5. So they've never scored that many points against one. So I think that is notable. Does it tell us that they're going to just dominate in the SEC or be way better? Probably not. But it is the game that was in front of them, and they handled business like you would hope that they would. We found out a little bit more about them, I think. Talon played very well. He was not perfect. There was, a pass over the middle that he had a wide open receiver. I think they scored a touchdown maybe 2 plays later or something, but in the second half. And then, the 2 interceptions. But he was also, do we expect perfection out of him? Probably shouldn't expect perfection. But I'll tell you guys, I watched Ole Miss last night. I watched the replay against Kentucky. I'm not just like blown away to the point where I think Arkansas has no chance. I mean, yeah, maybe I would say 60-40 for the home team. But Arkansas has a chance. They have a chance to beat
100%.
them. From what I saw from Simmons, the quarterback, he's not Jackson Dart, and he may be injured. Like Lane Kiffin in the postgame said he could have come in. He wouldn't be the first coach to just lie flat out. The guy came off, couldn't put any weight on his ankle. The backup quarterback seems very mobile. He's a smaller guy. I think they said he reminded him of Russell Wilson kind of. But, that's definitely a storyline to follow. I was not blown away with the offensive line. I thought Patrick Kudus did not look good at all. I mean, like, really struggling. And I know the defensive line looks good, but it is not the same defensive line that they had last year. I'm not saying I'm going to go in predicting an Arkansas win, but I feel better about Arkansas's chances the way they handled business against Arkansas State, first of all, because they could have sleptwalked through that game. They have before. We've seen it.
I got a note.
I'm not blown away with Ole Miss.
Trey, I was going to tell you about the backup at Ole Miss. Trinidad Chambliss is his name.
Yeah.
He played at Ferris State. And, Paul Simmons, who coached at Harding, played against him or coached against him, and he said he's the best player they've ever faced. And we were talking about kind of his background a little bit. But anyway, so we'll see. Yeah, you're right, if that's the case.
Championship. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure he was a good quarterback, but we'll see how it plays out. I mean, the other guy was like some prodigy. He graduated high school at 16, graduated Ole Miss at 19, and we saw him a little bit last year. But
look, I don't care who plays quarterback. I think Arkansas's got a shot. Yeah. I'm with you because I think
Kentucky is not good. Kentucky, I don't know what Kentucky was thinking. Twice down in field goal range, they opted not to kick a field goal. And if they had, they would have been right there with a chance at the end. I mean, they're in field goal. Like we're talking like 42-yard field goals, and they're 4th and 7, and you're going to go for it. Like I just don't understand the thinking behind that. Calzada is not a very good quarterback. They've got a few speed. They got some speed, and Ole Miss has some weapons. They do have some skill players. But is Jackson Dart on this team? I don't think so. I think that there's a chance.
Sure of it.
I really do. And I'm not saying I'm predicting it, but I would probably go in predicting a close Ole Miss win. I don't think it'll be 63 or whatever it was last year.
I think it'll be a high-scoring game, though, don't you? I think both offenses will have some success.
Well, I mean, like I've said, this defense, yes, they did exactly what they needed to do against Arkansas State, but I do feel like there are going to be times where they probably let us down, probably disappoint us. And, Lane Kiffin knows how to score points, obviously. So we'll see how that all develops. But I still worry about the defensive line and the guys. I feel like your starters, even against Arkansas State, were too many snaps. Your top 3 defensive tackles. So I worry about the depth on the interior and how that's going to play out against the team. But, the one thing that the caller was right is like, everything that Arkansas has done, it's great to perform well throughout the game, but like we haven't seen Arkansas in a game that comes down to the end. And Ole Miss has been there. I mean, the Kentucky game wasn't sealed up until 6 minutes or so. But when it's fourth quarter, we haven't seen Arkansas have to compete in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, especially on the road. And so you don't know that aspect. But as far as like critiquing and talking about what we saw against Arkansas State, that's all fair game. It was the game that they just played. We got to, somebody said this, the season is a book and it's chapters, right? And that's one chapter, so you got to talk about it.
Yeah, I feel very optimistic. I'll say that. I'm not going to say confident by any means for Arkansas's chances at Ole Miss, but I mean, before the season, we felt like that was a big game and a potential victory for them if you're going to set the tone. And I won't call it a must-win by any means, but we look at pivotal games, Trey. This is a pivotal game because it does change the thinking. And look, I feel a lot more confident about the trip to Memphis than I did before the season, as good as Memphis might be.
This is the game that, to me, and I have said I ended up copping out and saying they'll go 6-6 this year. That was a cop-out pick because I feel like it's going to be 4-8 or 8-4. And I feel like this game is one of the games that decides that, which direction this program goes. I just know there's such a tough schedule ahead of them. And this is a game where I think they genuinely have a shot at it. So 4-0 is on the table.
Sure,
it is a possibility. Now there are things against Arkansas State that I saw that I didn't like. It's not perfect. Like I thought Taylor's long run, I thought that was a block in the back from Omega Blake. I think they probably should have had a penalty there. I think that was probably a touchdown where they blew the whistle early. There were a couple of things, but still, we're talking about a 42-point margin of victory. I've had some Arkansas State fans complain in my comments that the game was stolen. I mean, there was a complete difference in overall talent level between the two teams.
Yeah, it was not a competitive game. Let's not pretend like it was anything but. So in the bigger scheme of things, the governor's now pining for a yearly game between these two. Is that a positive thing for Arkansas's program or even Arkansas State's program, in your opinion? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't get into politics, I guess, but I don't see why the governor needs to get involved in whether or not these two teams play.
Well, her opinion carries weight, regardless of whether we think she should delve into it. And there are other people who share the opinion.
It does carry
I'm asking
weight.
what your opinion is.
I don't see the benefit in it for Arkansas ever, but there's a lot of benefits for Arkansas State, I guess. I mean, I just don't see how that benefits Arkansas. And I'll say this too, I was a longtime supporter of playing games in Little Rock, and lately I've been against it just because of how the games have gone. But going to the game, while I was sitting in traffic for 2.5 hours, frustrated, I was looking around at all the people, and I know a lot of those people don't get to see Razorback games very much. I can tell it's just a different crowd, and I felt bad for them. I felt bad, and then I got in the stadium, and the internet's not working, and of course the game blacked out for some people at home for a while, and you have all those difficulties. But then you look down at the bowl of fans, and Arkansas hasn't had or Little Rock hasn't had a great opponent in War Memorial in a while, and it just kind of took me back, because I am a Central Arkansas guy. I grew up in North Little Rock and Sheridan, and grew up going to games in War Memorial, and it made me change my mind a little bit. I do miss that atmosphere, even though it's haunted and historic. I don't know. There's just a lot that brought me back, and really just seeing the people as they filed in, as I was just in standstill traffic, which was frustrating. But I mean, you're going to have traffic everywhere, but that was next level. But it just made me feel like I hate that for Central Arkansas, that it's kind of come to this. But
Please spread the word to your mates up there that if they do play a game down here again, which again that is very much in doubt, please seek me out beforehand, because avoiding traffic is quite simple. You just didn't go the right way. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys have some tricks of the trade in Fayetteville too, because guess what? I got stuck in an Uber for an hour trying to get to the ball game last time I was there too. So
I took 6:30 this time, and I usually come down, Van Buren that way. And last year they wouldn't let me through the barricade, like I've been going through for 20 years. And they usually just open the barricade and let me through. And I'm like, this is the only way for me to get through here this way. But so I went 6:30, and they rerouted me They put up a barricade right when I got to the area that I was supposed to go to. I had to drive, back roads. Luckily, I know some, all the way around the stadium back over to the other side, and then had to talk them into letting me through a different barricade because they blocked me all. It took me 2.5 hours to get there.
Ridiculous.
But it's everywhere is a problem, and it's like I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't waited an hour in Fayetteville, but that was out of every venue I've been to, and I've been to a lot of them, that was definitely the longest traffic issue that I've had. But again, nobody wants to hear about me complaining about traffic or the internet not working or how difficult it is to do my job. I just closed my computer and put my phone down and watched the game. But looking down at the bowl, everything beneath me from the press box down, I thought was electric. I thought it was a great atmosphere.
Great. Well, I'm very curious to see if they've tried to push forward on this idea of them playing each other. How much of the financial shortfall can they make up, or are they going to play the games in Fayetteville and not bother with War Memorial? Is that going to be part of the conversation? So, be very curious to see what shakes out. We got to run.
Yep.
And we've got a much more competitive game, and we'll spend a little more time breaking down Ole Miss and Arkansas next week. But I'm with you, Trey, and I'm glad to hear you say that. Got some optimism, at least, if not confidence, that Arkansas can be there at the end. I think we can all safely say we're expecting a significantly more competitive game than last year.
100%.
Yes.
Even though it's on the road.
Yeah,
still got to watch the tape. I haven't had a chance to watch Ole Miss yet.
Yeah.
I'll watch them today and tomorrow.
I'm interested to hear what you think, DJ. Connect with me. I want to know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll say this
about Trey.
Yeah.
I share his concern about the depth of our D-line because starters were in way too long, and you could see it. When Cam Ball was getting blown off the ball and pancaked 5 yards down the field, I know he's better than that. He's just out of gas.
Yep.
Well, that is a concern. That's why they're going to have to outscore a lot of teams this year. This is like vintage Petrino years, right? I mean, but listen, I wouldn't trade quarterbacks with Ole Miss. I wouldn't trade running backs with Ole Miss. And it sounds like I wouldn't trade the offensive line. I haven't watched their offensive line enough to have a good feel, but it sounds like, Trey, you would take Arkansas's offensive line in the situation?
Yeah, I think so. And I'll tell you what else. I would take Arkansas's 3 starting wide receivers over any of those guys who hit the transfer portal.
Well.
I saw that.
I like them apples. Beat it, geeks. All right. Trey, thanks for the time, man. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week. All right, man. Trey, Biddy, good stuff. And I love this take there. I mean, listen, those criticisms of the situation around the game, the ancillary things, are fair. But I love the fact that he was able to glean a positive experience out of the whole thing because, well, there's a lot more to it than that. Thanks again to Tire Town Point S down in Benton. And appreciate Trey coming in on the Jim's Razorback Pizza hotline. Got to hit a break, 10:51. Take a couple calls on the other side.
Calling all agents for the $950,000 Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Earn entries daily in August and September to win huge free play prizes or a 2025 BMW. Join us August 30th and September 27th when 10 lucky spies will win up to $10,007 in free play or your own getaway car. A 2025 BMW. You've got your mission. Agent 7 operation at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agents Brian Kress, Monica Reiners, or Caleb Green in North Little Rock today.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and I highly recommend the folks at CertaPro for your next project, whether it's for your home or your business. Interior or exterior, doesn't matter. They always go the extra mile. They painted the exterior of my home before, and what impressed me the most was the attention to detail. They notice a few boards that need minor repairs before they paint them. They will take care of that as well and save you headaches later on. Schedules fill up fast, so get on the schedule now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com.
There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to football weekends, and that's what makes Yuengling such a great pick. From traditional lager to light lager, flight, golden pilsner, and black and tan, they brew a beer for everyone's taste. Whether you're manning the grill or setting up a tailgate or just watching with your friends, Yuengling's got a flavor that fits the moment. Brewed with nearly 200 years of tradition by the oldest brewery in America. Yuengling, legends stand the test of time. DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA.
Stop and shop at our Conway and Little Rock showrooms. That's Hawks Homes. Has been serving Central Arkansas since 1986. Now, why buy from Hawks? We're the only manufactured and modular dealer that can build your custom home from your plans. You dream it, we can build it. Hunting clubs, churches, classrooms, restaurants, daycare centers, modular office buildings, school dorms. Check them out online at hawkshomes.net.
You're back in the zone. You want to get into the show but too busy to call? Message us on our live fan feedback or text us on our text line at 501-661-1037.
Ain't no man can't save me. There ain't no man can enslave me. Ain't no man, a man that can change the shape my soul is in. There ain't nobody here.
I was playing the out, basically the five, the outbreak bomb, and it felt kind of fake, and it wasn't fake. So you know what I mean. Yeah, and that was a good play by my D line, forcing the quarterback to get the ball out quick, and yeah, that's really it.
Xavier Sorey talking about his interception, one of two for Arkansas. Unfortunately, threw a couple too.
Yeah.
So
You got to watch out for the double move this week.
What was
he was all over it.
What did you see from Talon on his interceptions?
Okay. I'm not sure who he was throwing to on the second one.
Okay.
It was an out route by Platt. He had about a 10-yard out route, and he created space. That's where the ball should have went, and he had a curl route underneath, or a little bit deeper, about 7 yards deeper, and I believe that was to Jalen Brown, our receiver out there. He was running a curl, and even if he was going to him in that curl route, he did a great job pushing to his depth and coming back towards the ball. The pass was just inaccurate, kind of outside, and threw it to the DB. But he, in my opinion, he picked the wrong person to throw it to. So, yes, I'd put that one on Talon. The first one, right after we had our pick of Sori and we gave it right back, those are those ones when I look at the tape, I'm just like, what are you looking at? Because the concept was as soon as he snaps the ball, he's looking to the left side of the field. You had the receiver on the inside run a return route. So he's going in about, pushing up kind of like the middle of the field, then he's going back out to the flat. His job is to get the attention of this defender to follow him, and that opens up a window to throw that ball to his intended target, which was Omega Blake. Well, the receiver that went in to try to grab his attention and then he ran back out, he didn't go with him. And my thing is, Talon's looking at this, and that's your read. He stayed exactly where he was, and he threw it right to him. And so those things I have a hard time comprehending of, like, what were you looking at? Because on film, I'm looking at you looking at the person you threw an interception to.
Yeah.
And obviously that's the because that's the point of that other receiver trying to get him out of there.
You saying he's on the take?
Huh? What's that mean?
Saying he's getting paid?
No.
You think he's throwing the game?
That ball should have went out to that receiver in the flat. It was he didn't have anyone 10 yards around him.
Let me get Charlie in here quick before we hit the top of the hour. Charlie, go ahead.
Yes, sir. If you guys have already answered these questions, I apologize. The revenue stream between University of Arkansas and A-State, pretty good chance that's the main reason why, in my opinion, that they probably won't play it again. Question is, and again, if y'all already went over this, I apologize, but my question would be, how is if
Go ahead.
Are you there?
Yep. Go ahead.
Is how much did Arkansas have to pay A-State to play?
$900,000.
When they split these revenue streams, okay. When they split the revenue streams, is it split between three different parties, the schools, and then Little Rock, or is it just between each school, Jonesboro and Fayetteville? Do they split gate fees? Do they split concessions? Because the way I look at it, not only did I just feel like it cost the University of Arkansas money.
Yeah.
Arkansas weather hits harder like a linebacker. Hot one day, freezing the next. Jet Heat and Air keeps your system ready for both. Fast and dependable every time. So when you start to sweat, call Jet. 501-307-5959. 501-307-5959.
Summer's here. It won't be long before you're planning a road trip. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely, Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by any Point S, Arkansas store, Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Online at pointstire.com.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on The Zone by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Galaga.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
1037 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK Sincere Tonsil.
State police are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting in Fayetteville. Fayetteville officers responded to a call about gunshots at an apartment just before noon yesterday. They say the suspect started shooting at them from one of the units. Police evacuated the rest of the apartment complex and tried to negotiate with the suspect, but were told the gunman just kept shooting. Officers fired back and the barrage from the apartment stopped. Police say they went in and found the suspect dead. At this time, the suspect's name has not been released. No officers were hurt in the shootout. State State police are investigating this incident while Fayetteville police conduct an internal review to ensure the officers involved followed protocol. One person is in the hospital after being hit by a train near downtown Little Rock. First responders were called to the train bridge near Cross Street and Cantrell yesterday afternoon. Union Pacific says the person was hit on the tracks near North Street and was not at a crossing. A person's name has not yet been released, and we don't know their condition at this time. No one on the train was injured. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
This wonderful faux fall weather will continue today. Low humidity, mostly sunny, and just a high of 80 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear. It's going to be cool again. We'll drop to 56. Tomorrow, it'll start warming up, but not too bad. It'll be sunny with a high of 84. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Get ready for a night out like no other. Where the Party At Tour, starring Nelly and the St. Lunatics, Ja Rule.
To everybody that be living it up, we said
Chingy.
I like the way you do that right there, right there.
And special guests. Friday, September 19th, Simmons Bank Arena. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com for the hottest tour of the summer. Nelly and the St. Lunatics, Ja Rule, Chingy, and special guests bringing the party live.
Never heard of Fowl and Flame? Think of it as your own personal concert with Adam Hambrick and Easton Corbin. With top chefs cooking over an open flame, sitting by the fire with hand-rolled Cuban cigars, Rocktown Distillery bourbon tasting. Fowl and Flame is a celebration of the Arkansas Delta and its people. Whether you're a duck hunter, a foodie, or an Easton Corbin fan. November 22nd in Des Arc. Tickets at fowlandflame.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's a great day for football. Two rivals battling it out for a record-breaking crowd.
They're saying it's $1.5 billion.
Huh?
Wait, that's how much the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised for students since 2009. Because every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps students. They've given more than 822,000 scholarships and counting.
Okay, back to football. Two rivals.
This is winning, folks. Playing the lottery is a win for students and maybe you too. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
You've heard about the thousands of patients finally getting relief from chronic joint pain thanks to QC Kinetics non-invasive treatments. And here's one who was determined to avoid surgery. Meet Vicky.
The orthopedic surgeon said, well, you're going to need knee replacement sooner rather than later. I kept hearing commercials about QC Kinetics and thought, well, I'm going to check them out first.
QC Kinetics has treated over 20,000 patients like Vicky around the country. People who were told they needed surgery but chose a more natural, less invasive approach that uses regenerative treatments to help heal and restore painful joints with no downtime.
If QC Kinetics had not been what I expected, I would have gone through with the surgery, but I got so much relief, am now pretty much pain-free that I don't have to have the surgery.
Before going under the knife, you need to check out QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. Call today.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
874-5880.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
The Zone at the Little Rock Touchdown Club is brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain. Whether your head, neck, upper body, or lower body are giving you problems, ASAP can get you back to a pain-free life. ASAP. Life begins when pain ends. For more information, go to their website at arkansasspineandpain.com. The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Arkansas jumped out on them early, and despite more than a couple of toe stubs, the Razorbacks have walked out of here with a convincing 56-14 victory. Sam Pittman, Butch Jones make their way to midfield. An historic day in the capital city. The first ever meeting between the Razorbacks and Arkansas State, and perhaps the final time the Razorbacks play at War Memorial Stadium.
Well, think about, the two picks. Obviously, they weren't good pick. I mean, no picks good, but it wasn't like it was a tip ball. You know what I mean? And ball went up in the air or anything. So, obviously, we got that, corrected with his eyes and where to go with the ball after that, after the second quarter, I guess, is when it was. But he was outstanding with his legs. when he takes off, you just know you're going to get a first down, and then what happens after that is extra gravy.
A little extra gravy, why not? All right, Red White Report. Arkansas dominates Arkansas State as predicted in the zone by DJ Williams for 6 months.
I was off, though. I said 46.
I said 51-14, I think. 51-17, something like that. 56-14, final score. 630 yards of offense at 285. That includes a couple of turnovers from each team and a kick return from Arkansas State, so they did get one possession taken away, now that they're complaining. I will say that Jaquez Cross's backup is pretty decent.
Not bad.
Yeah, he's all right.
I do want to appreciate A-State for – I bet $100 on that game.
Yeah?
Easy money.
You're a great winner. Xavier Sori, 14 tackles and an interception. You can make him defensive player of the game. Arkansas also got 11 tackles and a pick from Neal. And offensively, we had a quarterback and a running back both go over 100 yards. Been a while since that happened. Taylor Green, 151. And our guy, Mike Washington, 116. Both guys just 9 carries each. They both ran for a touchdown as well. And Mike kind of set the tone in that 53-yarder for a score. Let's hear from Mike Washington after the game.
I was super nervous. I get nervous before every game, but I was just super nervous. Like, I come from, New Mexico State, where our sellout was 16,000. So, playing in front of all these fans, it's something that's super cool for me. And I'm just blessed I'm here and I have this opportunity to be able to play in front of the Hogs.
16,000?
At New Mexico?
That's all they got over there?
Oh, buddy.
They play in a basketball arena?
I don't know
what are they doing?
how many New Mexico State games you've been to, but that ain't their jam. That ain't what they do. So we are joined now by a pretty good running back, the greatest in Arkansas history, one of the greatest ever to do it in college, and pretty darn good NFL back for a while, too. Darren McFadden joining us here.
Hello.
How are you?
Fellas. Doing great. How about you guys?
Buddy, we're great. That was Mike Washington. It was good to hear from. He's from New York, so he's got a little different accent than you do, but You saw him a little bit in the first game. I don't know if you got to watch the game. I know you didn't get a chance to go this weekend, but he has been compared to Niall Davis. And it's funny because Coach Petrino came to an event we had this year, and he said, we don't compare players. Then the other day he puts out a tweet, and it's like showing Taylor Green hurling a guy and Lamar Jackson hurling a guy. I'm like, Coach, what are we doing?
You even specifically asked him, does he remind you of Lamar Jackson? I don't make comparisons.
Yeah, and then he says, he reminds me of Niall Davis. Does Mike Washington impress you in this first couple plays or games here so far?
I hadn't got to watch him a whole lot, at least leading up until this year. And, I was up last week for the Alabama A&M game, or the week before last. And so I was talking with some of the coaches, and they were very excited about some of the things that he can do and everything. He's a guy I've been keeping my eye on, watching, seeing him, what he did this Saturday against Arkansas State. You can see glimpses of the things that he can do out there. He's a guy, he looks like he's a pretty physical guy. He looks like he can break away and get a home run and everything. And so I think he's going to be good for the Hogs. I tell people, once backs get oiled up and get into their move and get their confidence going and everything, I felt like I was a different running back once I was running with confidence. I always was a pretty good running back out there just running, but once you get this confidence about yourself, it's just something about you that you feel like you can just go out there and take one 100, take 180 or 90 yards every play, man. And so I think once he get going more and just get that oiled up and get that confidence about himself. Like you say, he's used to playing in front of 16,000 fans, man.
Sheesh.
So it's like a deer in headlights for him right now. But I think he's going to be pretty good for us this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
How did you flip that confidence switch? Was it taking a big hit, kind of getting into the game? Was it breaking off a big run? What was it for you?
He was born with it. He came out
delivering a big hit? Yeah.
I always tell people, so me going into a game, I always had like butterflies in my stomach until I got done with like whatever my first contact was of a game. It was like, okay, they knocked the butterflies out of me now and I can get going. So there was one thing where I did like playing kickoff return, even if I was in high school playing defense, I like being out there because just to get those butterflies out and think, I think it's just for me to the confidence building is just going out there and making plays, man. It's just doing all the basic things that you have to do, reading your lineman blocks, and then you just knowing once you get the ball in your hand, you turn into what you do. You read your lineman blocks, you read all your keys, and then once you get there, you turn to the guy that you are. Once you start making those 5-10 yard runs, and as the time goes on, it just keep building you up more and more, and eventually you start popping 40-50 yard runs.
One of my favorite things with when Darren was playing was kickoff return, and you're the opposing team on kickoff cover, and you look deep. You got Darren on one side, you got Felix on the other. It's just like pick your poison, right? And then there was one time they kicked it to feed, and Darren murdered somebody. You probably know what play I'm talking about. And I was just like, God, you don't see that a lot from starting running backs out there looking for that physical aspect of the game. But he's right. The butterflies thing. Young players at first they think it's a problem, but I think that's letting you know that the game is still for you.
Serious,
I think the moment you're not nervous before a game, you probably ain't caring about it anymore.
Something's not right.
Something's not right. So it's like nervous energy. It lets you know that you're passionate about this thing, and it's just that's why we always used to tell Mallet, like, okay, we're going to give him a drive because these balls are going to be coming 1,000 miles an hour. Then after that first drive, we're going to be okay. Tone that down a little bit, big dog. Tone it down. It's exciting.
We had Casey Dick at our event the other day too, and we've talked a lot about Casey. He might be as underrated a guy as we've ever had at Arkansas. When you look at the success and the performance, and obviously a lot of good moments together. What stands out to you about your time with him?
So we came in together 05 class, man, and on that 05 class we just all kind of meshed together and everything. Then me being in Arkansas and coming from Oak Grove High School, I hadn't been around a legitimate quarterback, just the way they were built, everything. You see Casey come in, he was a built guy. He's not a small guy, man. You see him in there, he got some zip on the ball, and just being around the guy, the passion that he has for the game, man. He was the guy that stepped in the huddle even as a freshman, coming in. He would come in there and just, when we were working our plays, just take over the huddle. Hey, guys, let's go. Here it is. Call the play, snap it out, let's run it. He just a guy with great energy, man. He has great passion for the game, and that's one thing that I love about Casey for sure.
We just had a game at War Memorial that might be the last game played there for Arkansas. And, the memory we always have, and unfortunately ended up in a loss, but was that LSU game where you had the 80-yard run and kind of got you guys back into it, and then Holiday, of course, returns the favor, unfortunately. Now that you've been a few years removed from it, what about Little Rock stands out to you about your experiences there?
A Little Rock kid, man. You always ride by Warmore. When I was younger, you could hear all the everything going on, bands playing, whether it was a high school game or a Razorback game there. I didn't get to attend a lot of Razorback games until I got older and stuff. And so as far as getting into high school, when I started being able to attend them more. So as a kid, you just always hearing everything, and then being able to get in that stadium finally and play and just see the fans, the way the fans are when they get in there stadium there, man. It's just it's great passion. You love to see it, man. And I think that's a game that the southern part of the state really loves, man. I know a lot of people feel some type of way about that game. I'm a Little Rock kid. I like that game right there, and I think that game means a lot to the fans down in the southern part of the state.
What was your approach, learning how to be patient as a running back? There was one play in the game because, Mike Washington, he's hitting the hole and he's going. There was one where it blocked up beautifully. You had your backside guard pulling around, and it was almost set up. Yeah, how do you teach them how to be patient of let your offensive lineman kind of tuck behind them and set up this block for him?
That was for a running back that's a high motor guy. It's a hard thing to do because you have to really tell yourself to tempo it down. And I really don't feel like I started tempoing my runs down until probably my second or third year in the NFL.
Wow.
But that's what my offensive line coach, he would reiterate it so much. You got to slow it down. You slow it down, patience through, fast through. And so he would almost tell me, when your first step, I almost feel like you're taking a step, just walking. And even though that's what I'm telling you, and so in your mind, you just taking a step walking, but it's timing up a lot faster than what it is. And so a lot of times, and then even running wide zones, I would literally take a hop, pause, and go. But it all worked out fast, but it worked out good for me because I was a fast guy to get to the holes and want to hit it. But, that's one of the things for a young guy. You really want to read those keys, press those lineman heels on. I'm almost sure I know the exact play you're talking about. I felt like he was headed out and then tried to get back under it late. And I was like, get under it, and just go. But it's just one of those things. You got to just read those keys to the lineman, man. I tell people playing for me and running the ball, I anticipated a lot, but I reacted to a lot of the stuff, and so I always tell people I run with my eyes and my feet will follow, and that's pretty much something that you have to do as a running back because you'll see something and you just have to react to it and go. And so just being able to do those things, just seeing something and anticipating it happen, that helps you out as a running back. It may not always happen the way you thinking it's going to happen, but, just to be there when it does.
It is a fun thing trying to block for him. The tight end out, I'm over there trying to block a DB, and I'm chasing this DB, but he's not coming towards me. I was like, what is happening behind? Because Darren's already 20 yards down the field. I don't touch anybody. And so my goal by freshman year was I'm supposed to block, but Darren's going to run past all of us. I try to sprint behind him as fast as I can so I can get in the TV shot when he scores his touchdown.
Sure,
that was my goal. That was my goal.
We're talking to Darren McFadden. If you're just tuning in, he's hanging out here at the Little Rock Touchdown Club. So what are you doing these days? What's going on with you?
I tell people I'm mostly home with the family, man. Me and my wife have 3 kids at home, 7, 5, and 4. We have a 5-year-old. She'll be 6 here in a couple of days on the 12th of September. And so being able to spend time with them, man, I'm at a point in my life I'm just really content with just being able to spend time with my family, man. I feel like I almost feel like I'm trying to catch up again. I stopped drinking, man. That was a big part of my life for the longest, and being able to stop drinking and just being sober and being home with the family. It's just a different feel for me. I always been home and everything, but just being there more mentally and everything is just a completely different feel for me. Being able to get up and take my kids to school in the morning. I have 3 older boys that live with their moms, and so they live out of state from where I am, and just being at home with the kids, that's a joy for me. And I still do appearances and things like that and signings, and so I'm just at a happy place where I am right now in life, man. And I don't want to change any of that right now.
Are you involved in football at all?
Nothing, no more than just watching right now.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that was coaching near me in McKinney, Marcus Shavers, that who played at Arkansas with us. He was coaching at McKinney High School, which was about 20 minutes from where I live out there. So I was volunteering with them for a while, but he's moved high schools now, and so I hadn't really been doing anything.
When you're a freak of nature, and I mean that with all due respect, is it hard to explain to a running back how to play the position?
It is. It is. because you try to explain things to people what makes sense to you, and you just feel like that they should get it. And so I tell people that's one of my biggest things, like trying to pass my knowledge along to people. I don't know if it's not that I'm not passing it along or saying it the right way or whatever it needs to be, how it needs to be said or what, but sometimes I do feel like it's harder for me to try to, I guess coach up a player or something.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the great ones have a hard time, like Michael Jordan never could have been a coach. I don't think, because people can't do what he can do. And same with you. It's just like you have such a God-given ability. Again, not to say that you didn't understand the game at a deep level, but the physical part of it is just so special. It's hard to probably help a guy understand what he should be looking for.
One big thing on like people always ask me like, do you do any training, how to get faster and things like that? And it's like, I don't really have a legitimate answer for you. I was a fast person that I worked, and I had a great work ethic, and so I'm sure that helped my speed as well. But it's hard for me to sit back and try to observe things sometimes from a player standpoint and a coaching standpoint. But I don't think I would be a good coach as well, because it's one of those things. It comes off different for me. It just comes off different.
How do you feel physically?
I feel great. Body's pretty healthy and everything. Little minor aches or pains here and there, but nothing major or anything. So I feel great physically. I can get up, go outside, run, do what I want to do, and everything. And so that's one of the main things.
I always wanted to ask. I go back and watch your game against South Carolina. Your 327 rushing yards?
321.
Sorry, it's 321.
It'll be 350 by next year.
I could be wrong on this. There was one play where you hit the hole hard. You hit the hole hard, and then did you get knocked out?
Yeah.
Oh, he got knocked out. I'm not. It was in the middle of the game.
In the game.
Yes.
It was probably first or second quarter.
He was out.
It was like I fumbled, and I can remember just being there. That's different day and age.
Oh, yeah.
Different day and age. This day and age, I would have had to go to the team.
Oh, 100%.
Darren, that was this day and age. What are you talking about? It wasn't that long ago.
No one notices, but he got hit and he fumbled, but his body went limp.
Yeah, I fumbled the ball, and like I could literally see the ball, but I couldn't react to it. And then I was talking with somebody about that play not long ago, but they showed some highlights that you can see me on the sideline, like with a smelling sauce and everything. Like I was done for probably about 5 or 10 seconds.
Was there ever a conversation about pulling you out of the game?
He probably didn't even tell him.
I don't even know if we really talked much about it at that time. It was, like I say it was a different time, because at that time, it was the player's choice pretty much. And so if I felt like if I was good, they look at me, ask me whatever questions they had to do for concussion protocol at the time, and if all the questions were answered good.
He's different, Justin. So
I know
when it happened, there wasn't a scene on the field. He came back to and got up, and so the coaches probably were like, "Is he okay?"
I always tell people, out of all the injuries that I've had in NFL, college, high school, whatever, I've never had to lay down and get carried off the field. I may have had a season-ending injury that I didn't know at the time, but I've never laid down, got caught off the field, anything like that. And so back to what DJ was saying, like, I got hit, I was out of it, and I came back too, but
and broke the score record. I was about to say, do you even remember it, or did you have to go back and watch it?
I tell people, so for me, even like any game I've played in, I always tell people, I'm so in the moment that even after a game, when like a reporter or somebody asks me, like, do you remember this and that? I'm like, I'm so in the moment. I'm like, stuff is going on. I don't remember that this guy was here. I maybe hurdled him or stiff on here. And so it's just some plays you have, and you just like, okay, this is one of those plays you just can't forget right here. Mm-hmm. But with that South Carolina game, I don't really know much about the. I just know at one point I was thinking I had heard the announcer say something about 200 and something yards, and then I had that 80-yard run. So like I know I got to be like close to 280 or something. And I never thought about 300 yards.
Wow.
And so once they said 300, it was just it was all the way just amazing.
You know who else who forgot that game?
Who's
that fake ass Steve Spurrier? Oh, I want your vote back, you jerk.
Man, that one right there, man. I don't know what was up with Coach Spurrier on that one there, man. I tell people, I guess he had a bad taste for me. In my 3 years, I rushed for close to 1,000 yards against
South Carolina. Oh my God!
Probably 600 or 700 yards, because my freshman year I had like 180, 170. Then sophomore year like 220, then 300. Junior year, so. I ran some numbers on him.
Yeah, you did, and you ran some numbers on a lot of people. We were mad that you came up short in the Heisman voting, and at this point now the Heisman is maybe not what it seems like it was back. We'll call it back in the day when you were playing. Does it bother you at all?
It's for me. It's one of those. It just, I just look at it. It is what it is in that situation. I can't change it. I feel like I did everything that I could do to possibly win that. I can't lie. I honestly expected to win the Heisman my junior year after going down and beating the LSU #1 in the country, rushed for 321 yards, and basically doing everything in the SEC.
Yeah.
And I expected to win the Heisman that year, and when my name wasn't called, I was surprised. But like I said, I feel like it's something I don't look back on. I wish I could have a Heisman in my trophy case, but at the end of the day, it don't make who I am, and so it just, I look at it as it is what it is.
Hell, I'm pissed about it. I'll be mad for you.
Listen, I've said this before, and I will say it till I'm dead. Being the runner-up 2 years in a row is almost more impressive than winning it once to me.
I feel like it's very amazing. I don't think it's maybe 2 or 3 people who have done it in history. You have a lot of players who have won Heisman, then come back the next year, and you don't even hear about them again, hardly. And so, like you say, to be considered the second best guy 2 years in a row, it's not a bad.
Yeah, well, you were #1 for us, so it's all good.
And everyone else, except Spurrier.
People who knew football. Yeah, come on. Yeah, Troy Smith knows he didn't win. Anyway, well, listen, we'll talk to you again here. We're going to listen to you when you're talking to the club, and I appreciate you coming on with us for a little bit.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yep.
The great one, number 5, D-Mac. Hanging out with us here. We got to hit a timeout. We'll be back in just a sec, and we'll get into some of the other games that happened over the weekend. We got our friends here from Arkansas Spine and Pain going to join us as well. So stick around. It's 11:27, and as we head into the break, I want to tell you about something. Get my bearings here. We'll take some calls too if we have some time on the other side. Also, appreciate you staying with us. These Mondays, they're always tough. Thank you. Appreciate you. Good seeing you. Mondays are always tough just because we want to recap so much from the weekend, and then also, obviously, we get to have special guests like Darren, which is great. But I will tell you this, can't go without eating today. Got to eat. Friends at Cash are here to feed you if you want to get out for lunch today. Man, what great weather we had over the weekend.
Man, right.
Yep.
This morning was nice.
Oh, it was beautiful.
I went for a walk
I was
yesterday.
almost cold.
Me?
It was almost chilly this
Look
morning.
at us.
I know.
Long sleeves.
It was chilly this morning when I went outside. Anyway, great patio weather, though. I'll tell you what, this afternoon will be awesome over at Cash. So go see our friends downtown Little Rock. Great place for lunch today. And then if you're looking for a great dinner spot on a Monday night, maybe you did something dumb this weekend. I mean, maybe you're someone special as a Arkansas State fan. You're an Arkansas fan. You trolled them a little too hard this week and you feel bad. Maybe you make it up to them with a little meal at Cash, or maybe take your special someone to dinner tonight. Free valet parking in the evening over there. Great appetizer options, spectacular entrees as well, and always great service. And if you have a special event that you need to plan and you need a great space, you're not going to do any better than that. Up to 150 people, it's at Cash. 501-850-0265. Call ahead for reservations or to set up your event in downtown. It's 11:28. Talk to our friends with Arkansas Spine and Pain when we return. Hello, Scott.
Tell us why you had to hide away for so long.
Fernando Carmona joins Out of Bounds, courtesy of Colonial Life Independent Agents, Charlie Schaaf and Damon Francis. Call 501-413-4005.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas beat Arkansas State 56-14 in the first ever meeting between the two teams. Razorback quarterback Taylor Green was a little shaky, throwing 2 interceptions, but still accounted for 420 of the 630 yards Arkansas put up. He rushed for 151 yards on 9 attempts with 1 touchdown, while throwing for 269 yards and 4 touchdowns. Through 2 games, Green has 10 passing touchdowns. Last year, he threw for 15 the entire season. After the game, Coach Sam Pittman talked about his quarterback.
He was outstanding with his legs. I mean, when he takes off, you just know you're going to get a first down, and then what happens after that is extra gravy.
Now Arkansas will open up conference play on the road against Ole Miss. The Rebels squeaked out a win against the Wildcats of Kentucky 30-23 over the weekend. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network. Mike Washington gets in the zone with Justin and DJ each week. Brought to you by Red River Auto Group. Visit redriverauto.com. Your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group.
At Arkansas Spine and Pain, we believe one thing above all. When pain ends, life begins. Whether you're chasing a touchdown, a grandkid, or just chasing relief from chronic pain, we're here to help you get back in the game pain-free. Proud sponsors of the Little Rock Touchdown Club and proud to serve Arkansans who refuse to let pain win. Call Arkansas Spine and Pain today, 501-227-0184, because when pain ends, life begins. Arkansas Spine and Pain, ASAP.
Summer is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Acadi's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let Acadi's Touch turn your dirt into dreams.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Kathleen Madigan, the Day Drinking Tour.
Well, my parents are in Florida in the winter right now, as most Midwest old people with a car. And my parents bought a new car. They bought a black Lincoln Town Car. Little did they know that that's one of the more expensive rides on the Uber app, so I have signed them up to be Uber drivers.
Kathleen Madigan, Saturday, January 17th, Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
You're back in the zone. Did we say something stupid or wrong? Well, let us know by messaging us on our Gwatney Chevrolet Live fan feedback or by texting our D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-661-1037. Now, let's get back to the show.
All right, welcome back in. I got to tell you, we're just talking about food. I got another spot, too, I want to tell you about. Heading out in good old Saline County. We're at DJ Benton. Y'all know where it is, Wood Grill Buffet. Oh, man, buffets, right? Sit down, clear out your schedule for the day, and enjoy a nice, good buffet. Can't beat it. Almost over 300 items, meat, salad bar, veggies, sides, huge dessert bar. I'm talking about you can literally pig out or get a salad and veggie if you want to go a little bit lighter. It's all good. I'm talking about the Wood Grill Buffet. It's in the Benton at the Congo exit. It's open every Thursday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. And I'm telling you, especially when you got a big family. I know me growing up as a young boy, it seems like I couldn't eat enough. That's exactly where you want to go, set them off on a buffet and say, get after it. And it's exactly what's going to happen. Good environment, great people, and so get on out with some excellent services. Well, they say it's comfort food at its finest. Once again, it's off the Congo exit in Benton.
We are joined by our friends at Arkansas Spine and Pain, Dr. Kreshubak and Scott Davis. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Good to see y'all.
How are we?
Thank you. Good, great.
Did we go revel in the festivities this weekend?
I did. I was there. It was fun. It was nice. Historic.
It was.
I hadn't been to a game in War Memorial in a couple of years, so it was nice.
Yeah.
Tailgating was amazing. I mean, we got to get there early. And, of course, we're right down the street, so, was able to park there and walk down to the stadium. And
that's convenient.
Enjoyed it.
Is that the true reason you went to work for them? So you
it
had
is
great
truly
parking
the reason I went there, because we're a block away from War Memorial, and I knew I had good parking.
There you go.
So I saw Kevin Crass earlier, and I said, I know the governor said something about continuing to play there. I hope that happens. So now I know I have a parking spot.
Yeah. How about for you, Doc? Do you watch some football this weekend?
Not really. I was just busy in some other, activities.
He was doctoring.
Oh, okay.
He was doctoring.
Not just doctoring, parenting. So
that's important.
That's also important.
Yes.
Right?
Sometimes you got to pick your kids over football, and that's a tough deal.
Yeah.
So
see, I got girls all over the country, so different areas. So.
What are we doing? Just we have activities, or we're just hanging out?
Yeah, they're just visiting and hanging out. Because one of my daughters in Houston, she's becoming a dentist. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
So.
She's delivering a different kind of pain.
Yeah,
there you go.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're supposed to lessen it, and she's creating it. So
exactly.
But it's all very necessary in this world. That's okay.
Right. So
So this week, Scott, I guess as a Memphis guy, you got to hate Ole Miss too, right?
I've always hated Ole Miss.
Yes.
I mean, that's a given. You're born.
Come on now.
You're born a Memphis fan and given the rights to hate Ole Miss.
Yeah. So we're gonna hate them twice over.
Yes.
And then in a couple of weeks we'll have to go head to head, but that's okay.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game. Although watching, Arkansas look good.
Yeah.
I was seeing them live, seeing these guys. They're big. They're fast. And Taylor Green is, other than the interceptions,
he could be special.
He could be special. He is
special.
He is special. He's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Memphis play, and I'm like, I'm not sure. I think Arkansas is going to take that game.
Oh, you think?
Well,
that's a wrap.
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to give you a DJ guarantee.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's probably is going to happen. I just like to think.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let me dream for a while.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think Arkansas is going to win.
I think they're going. The way they're going, they do look strong.
Is that stadium? It's not going to be finished yet, right?
It'll be finished next season.
Okay.
But when it's finished, it's going to be really nice.
Yeah.
But right now, it holds about 32,000. But it will be nice. It will be packed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's almost sold out for the game.
Got you. Do we know the time on that yet?
No,
they have not announced it yet.
We just found out officially I guess it was yesterday or the day before, that 6 o'clock for the Ole Miss game. So.
Oh yeah, we've known that for a while.
Okay, well they put another release out. I thought we
really?
we got it from Learfield. Then they put it back out that it was at 6, and I was like, I thought we already knew that too. But anyway, it's a good game time, I guess. I don't know. Arkansas State is playing this weekend at 3, I think.
Okay.
Against I can't remember.
What time's
who
UCA?
they're playing? We're at 6.
Yeah,
Tarleton State.
I'll be there for that game.
For which one?
Tarleton.
Okay.
The UCA game.
Got their hands full.
Well, the UAPB was a good game too.
It was. They're better.
They're better, but
I think they're better. They're just not. They're not there yet.
No.
And UCA really played well, other than a couple of turnovers. So, new top 25. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but LSU is now 3rd in the AP poll, behind Ohio State and Penn State. Georgia's 6th. Georgia had their hands full this weekend.
They did.
Austin Peay lost 28-6 to Georgia. I'm like, come on, Georgia.
Yeah, they should have crushed them more.
You think
that.
so?
Mm-hmm.
Texas 7. Texas rolled this weekend. I didn't see Arch's numbers, but
they did well.
South Carolina
he had 4 touchdowns within 5 minutes of playing.
That's pretty good.
Just dialing it up.
At one point, Arkansas was on pace to score 200 points this weekend.
They were.
They slowed down. South Carolina was in trouble for about a quarter, and then they hit the gas, and they pulled away. So they're 11th now. Oklahoma, Mateer, another big performance. Really a little more comfortable win than I was expecting against Michigan. So kudos to Oklahoma. They are 2-0, and they're 13th in the country. Tennessee 15, A&M 16, Ole Miss 17 after the win this weekend over Kentucky. Bit of a struggle, but they moved up a few spots. Alabama's 19. Auburn 24. Welcome to the poll. And Missouri.
Auburn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What?
I don't think Auburn's good.
Well, they beat Baylor, and they won again this weekend.
I ain't worried about Auburn.
Well, I'm not either, but I'm just saying they're. I mean, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be ranked though.
Yeah.
And Missouri thumped Kansas after a slow start. Good for them. That was a good win.
Are they in there? Top 25?
They're 25th.
Okay.
Yep. So it makes me feel better about the UCA game.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, if they got beat by Kansas by 3 touchdowns, I'd be like, oh, blue.
Okay, yeah.
So where's the Razorback at?
They're
got to be 26.
They're somewhere else in their doc.
Just 26 plus, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me check receiving votes. No,
not
one.
Yet.
Not
No,
yet.
but guess
And
what?
Auburn got one.
When they beat Ole Miss this week, they'll be receiving votes
be a
and then
different
some.
They will.
They'll be the new 25th team.
Okay.
Because they'll drop Ole Miss out.
Yeah.
I think Razorback will finish in top 10. Don't worry.
Top 10
Top 10 where?
of the SEC?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Top
That's
10
my
of the SEC.
prediction.
I mean, if you gave me top 10 of the SEC, I might take it right now.
I'll take top 10 in the SEC. Yeah, I'll do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think?
I think they're a good team.
Wait, he wouldn't bet on.
I'm not going to bet on them top team, but I wish they were. How about that? I wish they were in the top team.
Top 10 means you're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like what Trey Biddy said, though. He said, I copped out, and I said Arkansas 6-6. He said, but I really think they end up 4-8 or 8-4.
That's fair.
And I think that's a great take. I'm
Yeah, that
100% with him.
You'll find out after this weekend.
If they win this
we
week,
will know after Ole Miss.
But I will tell you this, and again, maybe the Big 12, the entire league sucks except for maybe Utah, and jury's out on Iowa State. But Mississippi State beating Arizona State.
Yeah, that was.
And again, it was a impressive comeback.
Yep.
You know, they have to score a touchdown late to do it, but still, that's a good win for them. I mean, they're picked last, and Arizona State's one of the favorites in the Big 12. They represented them in the playoff last year.
Yeah.
And I realize they lost their running back, but they got their quarterback back. That was a good win for them. So that really says a lot about that league, and maybe says more about the Big 12. The Big 12 is pretty terrible. Let's be real. Let me check the Big 12 rankings here, DJ. Iowa State's the top-ranked Big 12 team at 14. Oh, and Kansas State lost to Army this weekend. The same Army team that lost to Tarleton State, the team that plays in UCA's league in Conway this weekend. Utah's ranked 20th. They're the best team in the league. Texas Tech 21st. And that's it. That league stinks. Anyway, Michigan State in the top 25 after losing this weekend, too. So good for them. I think Oklahoma might be legit pretty good.
Give it a little bit.
Well, I'm good. I'm not going to decide right now.
What do you mean pretty good? Like
top 25 all year, maybe. Like,
oh, okay.
They significantly improved from last year when they looked like Iowa last year. They're like, oh, we're pretty good on defense, but we can't score on anybody.
Yeah, that Oklahoma-Tennessee game last year, that's what everybody's raving about Tennessee, but Oklahoma left so much on the board. Like, they were in the 5-yard line, about to score 3 times and turned it over each and every time. So
you try to tell us.
As long as they don't, shoot themselves in the foot.
By the way, how about Mr. Iamaliava?
What's going on over there?
UCLA blows so bad. They lost to UNLV this weekend.
They were good last year.
Let's
right?
give it up. How about Dan Mullen?
Come on.
Way to go, Coach.
Okay.
UCLA sucks on toast, let me tell you right now. They are awful. That is a joke of a program.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't think he was good at Tennessee.
Yeah,
I think
he's the least of their problems.
Yes.
Remember, they had the coach that came to media day and was like completely out of his
he's
element.
still there, isn't he?
I forgot about him.
And just because you can't
what did he
handle
not know? He didn't know.
He's like, hey, and we have another team in our league, USC, that they're also in the Big Ten. It's like, no kidding, Coach. And that doesn't mean that he's not good at coaching just because he's not good at interviews.
Yeah,
but that's what they used to say about Chad Morris. Maybe he's okay, even though he's terrible at interviews. No, he's not good. Anyway, UCLA stinks. So that's what you get. Hey, enjoy your paycheck, Bubba. Have a good time.
Is that it?
Yeah. Who's the guy that got paid? Some kid. Oh, the kid from Iowa. They paid the kid from Iowa like a couple $1 million apparently.
Who?
Gronowski.
Oh, the South Dakota State quarterback.
Transfer from South Dakota State, took him to a championship game, all that.
He won like the Heisman of of FCS or something, didn't he? A couple times.
He sure did one time.
Okay.
He has not thrown for 100 yards yet in 2 games.
I have a friend who's an Iowa fan, and he was trying to hype him up. I was like, it's such a different level, like FCS to FBS. It's like I don't expect him to be that good, especially in an Iowa system. Like, I don't know what quarterback you can put in that system and it be effective.
Lamar Jackson. He's the only one. You need a guy that can just run like crazy. That's the only thing that would work there. Jaden Daniels,
Taylor Green
they're
some
so
level.
bad. Yeah. They changed offensive coordinators, too. The problem is, again, they have the same issue over and over again. And, again, it's a good problem to have because you're going to win 9 games a year. But Kirk Ferentz wants his offense to play complementary football. And complementary football for him is run the ball, eat the clock, shorten the game. We'll play great defense, and we'll try to win 13-10.
It ain't the 80s anymore.
But unfortunately, they lose 13-10 a lot, like they did this weekend. So, anyway, I digress. What do you want to tell us about ASAP?
Well,
I like your the acronym. It's easy to remember.
It's ASAP.
Yeah.
As soon as possible, we'll get you in and take care of your pain. But I think Dr. Q wants to talk about some new technique, new procedure.
I think
we're bringing to Arkansas.
We just did the first time this week the new spine surgery.
Okay.
It's never been done in the state of Arkansas with minimally invasive implant. And we're using some special screws to, if you've had back surgeries already and still have a lot of pain, there's special small screws that have come out. And we brought that technology into Arkansas. We did it this week, the first case. And it was a hard case to go back to any other big surgeon. They would have to remove everything and, do a huge multi-hour surgery, remove the old stuff and redo the whole thing, versus we just put 4 screws in there and we called it a day. And it wasn't a big cut. The patient walked out the same day. In an hour or 2, they went home, and that's it. I mean, their pain will improve with time because, there's a little healing time. Then we did another product called InSpan, which has never been done in the state of Arkansas. Again, it's a minimally invasive product for stenosis or degenerative disc without, again, cutting you big and hospitalization, blah, blah, blah. So this is very short. Come in, go home. And you'll be walking much better. You'll not be slouching forward. And you can have your life back without going through a lot of recovery time.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal. So we were the first one who actually managed to do it in the state of Arkansas.
I know somebody that needs your number.
Definitely. Bring it on.
Yep. Okay.
You know? And that's what we do. ASAP. Arkansas Spine and Pain.
No doubt. Well, that's awesome. We got to hit our break here, and we're going to do game balls and jock straps on the other side. D-Mac, pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting.
He said he's feeling good. He doesn't have any pain, so I think he's all right.
He's all right.
He's one guy.
I think he gave out a lot of pain. He was great. He was
no doubt
fun to watch.
That's what DJ said. He's like, he was delivering blows. He wasn't taking blows from people.
He was delivering them.
He just gave us a little insight. I never knew this before, but in the South Carolina game when he set a school record, 321, he got knocked out early in the game. Shook it off, smelling salts, back in there, and then went nuts. It's insane.
That is insane.
It really is insane.
He's next level.
Most people, you're out 3 weeks. Yeah. Concussion protocol.
He's back 3 plays. Ridiculous. All right, we got to roll. Appreciate you guys.
Right.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER. If the 25th is the silver anniversary and the 50th is gold, what's the 75th? Well, that's the fresh beef, onions, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, fries, and drink anniversary. Everybody knows that. Get the #1 water meal for $7.50 in honor of our 75th anniversary. A meal like that is the way you're supposed to celebrate a 75th. The Whataburger 75th Meal Deal. Whataburger, what a deal. For a limited time at participating locations.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you'll always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower. Get your choice of a free pressure washer or generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. For the month of September, get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends September 30th. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street, Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Coming up Monday on Out of Bounds, we'll take a look back at Arkansas State. Clint Sterner will join us. We'll talk a little Razorbacks with him and the NFL. We'll recap the big weekend in the NFL and look ahead to Monday night's game. Also coming up, we got what's trending and a whole lot more. It's going to be a fun day, Monday in the Zone. Join us. Joe and I will be here from 1 to 4.
Welcome back to The Zone. You want to get into the show? Text us on our text line at 501-661-1037 or message us on our live fan feedback. Game balls and jock straps are brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscape. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA caddy, so he knows what good grass looks like. If you'd like to take your yard to the next level, then hit up Josh and his crew at A Caddy's Touch Landscape. 501-794-2770. Call today.
And great finishes, and we are going to start there today. And obviously, I'm a little biased. There is a local connection in the fact that Iowa State comes calling to take on Arkansas State. Red Wolves hoping for a little more competitive performance after being blown out in Little Rock by Arkansas. Final score in the Cy-Hawk Trophy game up in Ames, 16-13. Last year, Kyle Conrady hit a 54-yard field goal to win the game in Iowa City. Try to repeat the feat this year.
Yeah, not bad.
Clean snap, good hold. Good! The money man, Kyle Conrady, and Iowa State
gets it done. It would have been good from 55. Didn't have a lot of room to spare. Very impressive. Anyway, it was into the wind. I want to give a big-time game ball to Mississippi State. They were picked last in the league and a jockstrap to Arizona State in the same breath, a team picked near the top of the Big 12. Arizona State down early. They fight back. They take the lead on a field goal, and Mississippi State gets it back with one last chance. They need a field goal to force overtime, but they had a little different plan in mind.
There's Kyle Ferry warming up on the sideline. 2 plays to get 9 yards to keep the game going. Pressure was picked up. Chapin, wide open, caught! Across the middle!
Touchdown! Cowbell crazy. 24-20 the final. Mississippi State wins it. And last but certainly not least, a jockstrap to the Florida player. Seen spitting on a South Florida player. I don't know when this became a thing. Stop spitting on people, you stupid idiots. And game ball to Nico Grammatica. Yes, he is part of that great kicking family. Let's see. His father is Martin Grammatica, who was a Pro Bowler and All-Pro and helped win the Super Bowl 37. Holds the record for longest FBS field goal, 65 yards. His 2 uncles, Bill and Santiago, both kicked at USF. So he's part of a kicking family. And he kicked the Bulls into a victory over those dirty Gators from Florida.
Grammatica for the win, and there it is. 18-16 the final score, and the Bulls explode off the bench.
Pretty awesome. And then one last one. I got to give one to Matt Prater and the Buffalo Bills. Down big in the fourth quarter. They roar back. Josh Allen made some of the most spectacular throws after watching Lamar Jackson and the Ravens go crazy offensively. But they fight back, and it comes down to Prater. He'd only been there for a couple of days. He is 41 years old, I believe. He looks like he's 60. And he came out and took care of business to put Buffalo over the top, 41-40.
Game ball.
From 32 yards, Prater made it! And the Bills open their final season in this stadium with a stunning comeback win.
We were all treated to that one. It was amazing. I was very nervous for Prater. I was like, after watching them drive down the field, and it was a shoestring tackle that kept them from getting a touchdown. Keon Coleman had a great catch over the middle, dang near busted it for a score. And I was like, oh, God, please don't miss this now. That would be such a terrible ending to this awesome game. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Game ball, offensive line for Arkansas. Watched the tape. Did a really, really good job, I would say, from start to finish. So they need to keep that going if they want to have a very confident Taylor Green in the pocket moving forward. Another game ball, Xavier Sori stepped up, had an interception. How many tackles? 15? 15 tackles. That was really promising to see after that week one performance. And I got another game ball to Little Rock, showing out at War Memorial Stadium, even if it's the last dance there. Went out with a bang. And former Razorback Isaac Tesla with a snag at Lambeau Field in the corner of the end zone. And he don't even play for Green Bay, and he has more touchdowns than me already. What a catch!
Yeah, they got smoked. Jockstrap.
They did.
Detroit. You got to show up.
What's going on there?
I don't know. Yeah, it's one game. We'll see. One quick other game ball. Carlos Alcaraz too. 4-set win over Yannick Sinner, and the guy just continues to stack up major victories. Sabalenka won for the women, so back-to-back for her.
Yeah, I was going to give one to Alcaraz as well. The last 8 major winners have been one of either Sinner or Alcaraz. They are dominating tennis. It is those two guys, step down, Djokovic, and then everyone else. Game ball, I'm going to give one to Aaron Rodgers. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but he had a good debut. 244 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jockstrap, Saints jerseys, what were we doing? Those were awful.
I wish that was the problem, Christian.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the only problem, but, I mean, you could at least look good while you lose. Dolphins, they are bad. Very bad. I think that Mike McDaniels will be the first coach to be fired this year. Oklahoma State. Speaking of firing, it may be time for Gundy to go. They lost 69-3 to Oregon.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
if you lose by 60 to any other Power 5 team, I think there should be a clause in your contract where you are immediately fired.
Remember he was complaining all week about how much more they have resource-wise for their players and things?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was on to something. Well, he was obviously on to something.
Yeah, he was. But
back to the other game, the Miami game, they lost to Indianapolis. And they scored on all 7 of their possessions with Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Yeah, game ball.
Daniel Jones. Did you hear me? Daniel Jones, the much-maligned former New York Giants quarterback who has now got a new home. Maybe he wasn't the problem after all.
He wasn't the greatest quarterback, but I can tell you right now, he's better than current Russell Wilson.
Let's give the man his credit. That it?
Also, yeah, that's it for me. I imagine Jackson's Dart will be starting in New York fairly soon.
I imagine. And guess what? It won't matter.
No, they're going to lose.
Because they stink. By the way, South Florida, after knocking off Florida, they're 2-0. They're going to South Beach this weekend, boys.
That game's on the CW.
Out. Yeah, it is.
Biggest game on CW ever, probably.
There ain't no question. Looking forward to it. All right, that's that. Hour 2 of the books. Darren McFadden, the great one, number 5, will join us. Speaking of the Little Rock Touchdown Club on the other side of the break. Stick around. You are in the zone on a magnificent Monday.
Hot one day, cold the next. Arkansas weather plays all positions, and Jet Heat and Air is built for every season, keeping your home game ready. When you start to sweat, call Jet. That's 501-307-5959, 501-307-5959. It's Sam Pittman Live with your host Chuck Barrett every Wednesday night at 7 through football season on 103.7 The Buzz. Coach will recap last week's game and look at the upcoming week. And it's brought to you by Bet Saracen, the best sports betting app in the state.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on The Zone by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
Breaking news, information, big name guests, entertainment, and sports. It's all right here on 1037 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Sincere Tonsel.
State police are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting in Fayetteville. Fayetteville officers responded to a call about gunshots at an apartment just before noon yesterday. They say the suspect started shooting at them from one of the units. Police evacuated the rest of the apartment complex and tried to negotiate with the suspect, but were told the gunman just kept shooting. Officers fired back and the barrage from the apartment stopped. Police say they went in and found the suspect dead. At this time, the suspect's name has not been released. No officers were hurt in the shootout. State police are investigating this incident while Fayetteville police conduct an internal review to ensure the officers involved followed protocol. One person is in the hospital after being hit by a train near downtown Little Rock. First responders were called to the train bridge near Cross Street and Cantrell yesterday afternoon. Union Pacific says the person was hit on the tracks near North Street and was not at a crossing. The person's name has not yet been released, and we don't know their condition at this time. No one on the train was injured. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
What a gorgeous Monday it's going to be. Another mostly sunny day with a high of 80 and low humidity. Tonight, mostly clear and cool once again. Little Rock will drop down to 56. Tomorrow will be sunny and a touch warmer. Well, it'll get up to 84. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items. And you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
It's hot outside in Arkansas, but you can cool off in style at Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo of Russellville. Whether you're racing across the waves or just soaking up the sun, we've got the latest and greatest Sea-Doo personal watercraft and Sea-Doo switch pontoons to turn up the fun and beat the heat. Come in today to check out our awesome deals, take advantage of rates as low as 0% on select models, and get the perfect ride for the rest of your summer adventures. Fast, friendly service, and a whole lot of splash. Come see us in Russellville or at HubbardPowersports.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-511-5493. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-511-5493. That's 800-511-5493. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Looking to upgrade your home without breaking the bank? Go to The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas's trusted source for quality flooring, including SPC vinyl waterproof flooring starting at $139 a square foot, tiles starting at 59 cents a square foot, next-gen waterproof hardwood, and many other building materials at unbeatable prices. Contractor, home builder, or DIYer, we've got what you need, in stock and ready to go. Go see the Flooring King, The Warehouse, and Natural State Wholesail, building better naturally.
Roy Thompson was Washita's.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network. The Zone at the Little Rock Touchdown Club is brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain. Whether your head, neck, upper body, or lower body are giving you problems, ASAP can get you back to a pain-free life. ASAP. Life begins when pain ends. For more information, go to their website at arkansasspineandpain.com.
Final hour here from the Little Rock Touchdown Club. And we're going to head inside here in a second. Rex Nelson wrapping up his weekend update. Lots going on from Division II and Division I football and a lot of other things. High school, a lot of other things going on. Let's see. I guess we'll knock out. Let me see here where we are.
LSU.
Yep, still working on it. Let's knock out quick entertainment birthdays, and then we'll get to some D3 Auto Sales text offerings and some live hand feedback from our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
All right, big news. The International Greek Food Festival is making its highly anticipated return Friday, October 3rd and October 4th. 2 days only. Looking forward to it. It will be at the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church where it used to be on Napa Valley Drive. Everybody loves this thing. It's free for admission, and the food is unbelievably good. So happy that this tradition is coming back. Really excited about it. Over the weekend at the box office, I did not watch anything because, well, we had U.S. Open tennis, and we had a little college and pro football. There was a lot going on this weekend. But The Conjuring had a good weekend. $83 million debut. Best opening for a horror film this year. So if you thought that was a lot of money, you were right. It only trails It and It Chapter 2 for openings as horror films ever, maybe. Is that what this is? $123 million for It in 2017 and It Chapter 2, $91 million.
Yeah, that's the big.
A really good
I know
weekend.
that it's the biggest opening ever. So.
Okay. That's a big weekend. Disney's Hamilton stage recording secured second position with $10 million in its theatrical premiere weekend. The Broadway production's box office success proves notable since audiences have accessed the film version through Disney Plus streaming since 2020. So they just released a movie version of the stage performance? Or what? Do we know?
Do not know.
Okay. Weapons was third.
Hang it in there. It's a good movie.
You seen that yet? Nope, still haven't. I want to. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and do birthdays, Christian.
Pride.
Where's Ralph at?
Yeah, real quick, just for fun.
Birthday trivia in the zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
Monday Night Football tonight at Brewski's. I went there yesterday and watched some of the Saints game. Downtown, they got poker at 7.
Ooh.
And dollar wings.
What's buy-in?
And Monday Night Music Bingo in North Little Rock. That is a fun thing. Music Bingo in North Little Rock. Cool, fun thing. And then you got Monday Night Football, too. Buy-in on poker, I don't know. It's not like
lower. 100,000.
It's not a cash thing. You play for prizes and stuff. Yeah. It's not legal. Okay, so let's see here. This woman's a singer named after a color.
Sexy red?
Sexy
Pink?
red, yep. Pink. Thanks, Christian. How old's Pink?
Pink.
Quick.
Okay. She is 46 today.
Bingo bango.
Wow.
Yep.
Big fan.
This guy is not named after a color, but he is a rapper, and he does have a song called Black and Yellow.
Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa.
DJ Bio knows. I'm going to give it to you.
What?
How old?
Wiz is 39.
Probably screwed you there, Christian. But
yeah, that was bad. But I'll go 42.
it's part of life. 38. This guy's a politician, ran for president a few years ago. Couldn't quite secure the Democratic nomination. He had great
Bernie
hair.
Sanders. No.
Bernie Sanders.
Great.
How old?
Bernie Sanders is 82 today.
83.
7. This guy is a really good player from Alabama, basketball, but he's always going to be best known for choking his coach.
Latrell Sprewell.
That's correct. How old, DJ?
Latrell Sprewell is 54.
Nope.
55.
Bingo bango.
God.
Last but not least, this former Cy Young Award winner from 2023
Jacob deGrom
is a Pirates pitcher turned Astros pitcher turned Yankee pitcher.
Garrett Cole.
Two-time ERA. Garrett Cole is exactly right. How old? Doesn't matter really, but
yeah.
He's 32.
He's 35. It's also the anniversary of Pete Rose tying Ty Cobb's record with 4,191 hits, and Oprah, first broadcaster show nationally on this day in 1986. I don't know what this anniversary is for Darren McFadden, but probably running over people at some point along the way in his career. Let's head to the Little Rock Touchdown Club and hear from number 5 with number 53.
Right here, baby. Darren would become the first person since 1949 to finish second in the Heisman voting in consecutive years. His career rushing total of 4,590 yards, third best all-time in the SEC. Injuries haunted D-Mac as a pro. The fourth pick in the draft would have 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons, one with the Raiders. Then in 2015 with the Cowboys, he became the first former Hog running back to register 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Please welcome number 5, the greatest Razorback ever, Darren McFadden.
Told you those highlights are impressive, aren't they? Also, too, I just found out that I think our Attorney General was here. Tim Griffin, are you here? Where's Tim at? Stand up, Tim. Let's give it up for Tim Griffin, everybody. Listen, great to have Tim here today. So first of all, welcome back, man.
Appreciate you, Baz. I'm looking forward to being back. It's always exciting to be back and see everybody here at home.
Yeah, listen, we have a history, and I go back and look, and I think it's great to get you in here. One of the reasons we brought Darren back this year, this is the year they decided, U of A, we're going to get into this a little bit later, decided to finally do something in honor of Darren, and it's a patch, number 5 patch. We'll get into that a little bit later, but it's this year against Texas A&M, and so I wanted to bring you back for that. And I think listen, you can hear Rex and Chris, I think about, the audience appreciation. I don't know if anybody gets that more than you, because obviously we've never had a 2-time Heisman runner-up. So great to have you back, and we go back a ways. So I want us to go back, and I want us to look at your first year when you were in first year as a Touchdown Club. You were at Oak Grove, and we had our Touchdown Club banquet at the end of our 2004. I think we had 6 meetings that year. A lot easier to do back then. I think Rex and I and Andrew Metter spent time at the podium talking each meeting, and nobody else did. Let's show a picture of Darren at the first. Look at there. That is him. How about that? How about that? And then, of course, that if we're going to do a banquet, I have to have big plaques. So the next one is me handing Darren a plaque. Look at there. There we go. And then the next one, you're at the podium. Again, are you 18 at that time as a senior?
17.
17, okay. Now you look at you can physically see him. And then one more, Anita, this is with him. You can look at his neck. Look at the size of Darren's neck right there. I remember looking at him, I said, oh man, I said, that's a real deal guy. And before we move on there, I just have to go back real quick. Go to the next, Anita, number 5. Look at this dude. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? I don't even recognize that guy. What do you do? You know what's coming down the road, man? About 50 pounds is what's coming. And then how about the next one? How about this next picture? Whoa, look at that guy right there. Look at all. Anyway, but it was so funny. You knew that Darren, one of the things, I was able to play against guys that in high school that looked so physically different that you knew that they had a chance to be at the next level. One was a guy, you may not have heard of him, Wilbur Marshall, who played on that 1985 Chicago Bear defense. He played with Dan Hampton, and I threw the shot put against him, and he just looked. He was like 6'3", in high school, 6'3", 230, threw the shot put 60 feet, and then went and ran in the 4x100 meters. And so you look at him, and so this is what Darren McFadden looked like in high school. Tell me if you think maybe, yeah, this guy's going to have the potential. Holy, look at that guy. I mean, look at it. That doesn't look like a 17-year-old kid right there, does it? Look at those arms. Your arms are just as big there as they are now.
Little thin there, little thin.
But it was that point that I knew, obviously, that you had great potential. So we had you there as a high school senior. Then Darren played 3 years at the U of A. So every year we would have this banquet, and we would have the U of A Player of the Year. Well, guess who happened to be the Player of the Year? Let's show a couple more, Anita. This is when Darren comes back. There's Damian Williams. Remember Damian, receiver out of Springdale. That's look at so Darren's getting a little bit older. Let's go to the next one. This is him coming back. That's another one. That's with Wally. That's probably maybe your sophomore year. And then I think we got the last one here. This is you, Felix, and Peyton all together. So that's and I think we got one other that's from that same year. But it's just fun to be able to watch you be able to grow up and sort of do your thing here with the Touchdown Club.
It's a great feeling. It's funny going back to that picture there. You see with me, Peyton, and Felix on there. We did a signing together last weekend. That was probably the first time we had all been together since we were in school. So it was fun catching up with those guys. And like I say, anytime I can come back to the Little Rock Touchdown Club, man, like I say, it's people who've been following me here since I was in high school. Some of you, I probably went to school with some of your children, maybe even grandkids. But it's always a great feeling just coming back here, being able to see people that I hadn't seen in years. I ran into my old Dr. Jack Vandenshield over there, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get that in just a second.
He's a guy that he means a whole lot to me, man, and just thankful for the people of the state of Arkansas and for the support that you guys have given me over the years. I feel like I hadn't changed much over the years. I lost a little hair up top, grew my beard a little bit, and I probably say a few more words on the mic versus when I did in high school. I probably do an interview and I would give one-word answers and, just be short and to the point pretty much.
I just remember we would give away these big plaques, and about that third year coming back, I said, you basically have wallpapered your wall with these giant plaques that we've given you. And then we finally got you back as a speaker. Looking back, I think this was 2015. This is when this was the first time we brought you back just to show you. So, again, this is Darren McFadden over the years with the Touchdown Club. Hair's starting to go. And then, of course, we had you, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, and then, of course, today. And I did want to say, just you went ahead and mentioned Dr. Vandershilden. Many of you may not remember, but you had an incident. I think it was down in the River Market, wasn't it? Or where was it, downtown? Or no?
Central area.
So you got to a fight. You got to a fight defending your brother, though, basically, right?
Yeah, it was. So it was long story short. 18-year-old kid hanging out. I wasn't supposed to be drinking. I was drinking. We having fun. I always learned. I remember Coach Noah would always tell us nothing good goes on after 10, 11 o'clock at night and being out. And this was the time. It was probably 3 or 4 in the morning. I should have been at home getting some rest, getting ready to report to camp. Well, it was a Friday night. We had to report to camp on Monday. It was so I say Friday night, so it was a Friday night going into Saturday morning, and we had an altercation, and ended up basically I had an open dislocation on my toe, and I didn't know what to expect from it. I didn't know how I was going to heal up from it, anything. But like I say, Dr. Vandenshield, man, he put a pin in my toe, got me back right. I had a pin in there for 5-6 weeks straight, and
Did you miss any games with it?
I missed the entire training camp, and so my entire training camp, and that was the worst part for me The type of guy that I am, I want to be out there with the guys that I'm running with and being able to work with in blood, sweat, and tears. And so we had just got the new weight room pretty much. So my 5 weeks of training camp was spent in a weight room on the elliptical, looking out over the field, seeing all the guys out there working in the middle of the summer. And it would be days, it was hard for me. I would just have tears in my eyes just watching those guys out there. Just thinking about how bad of the mistake that I had made, just being selfish as a kid, hanging out late, got all these people counting on me. And I think one of the biggest things for me with that situation was having to watch my teammates do all the work in the summertime without me. And then when we getting ready for the game, I think we opened, I forget who we opened with that year, but it came like the week before the game. Coach Nutt put on a highlight tape, and it was a highlight tape, and I wasn't in the highlight tape, and that right there, it really set on me because I see what he was doing. He was letting people know that we have other guys on this team that are capable of going out here and doing things, and not having me in the highlights and showing me in there to have people hopes go up and then go down if I'm not able to play, but. I'm very thankful for Dr. Jack Vandershield, and I'm thankful for the state of Arkansas, and it's just a great opportunity to be back here, and to be a mature man now, and not just a little kid anymore. But I'm very thankful for you guys, and I appreciate you guys.
Let's get over Jack Vandershield. Jack, stand on up there. With UAMS. Team doctor for the Razorbacks for many, many years and well respected. And yeah, your toe was hanging off. And I remember when that happened. And I was like, oh my gosh. I remember thinking, are you kidding me? This was, before camp. We were worried about you playing. And of course, your toe, Jack took care of you. And you ended up obviously having some great years at U of A. We had Houston Nutt here with Jimmy Johnson not long ago. Houston hadn't changed much. He still got that juice to get him fired up. This clip, there was a little clip of it. And I've heard people say this is the greatest post-game interview ever done. So it's 1:30, and let's just put it in perspective. Coach Nutt was on the hot seat. He was on the hot seat. A lot of people thought he was going to get fired. Nobody gave you guys a chance to win. LSU was number 1, getting ready to maybe play for a national championship. I don't know what the spread was, but I'm sure it was gigantic. Also, I think at the time, I think it was Les Miles had said Arkansas instead of Kansas. And then also Mark May and Lou Holtz, our buddy Mark May, who will be here at some point, had not been giving much talk about DMAC in the Heisman race. So we pulled the upset. There's also this baseball bat that Dean Weber had gotten for the players. That's a story in itself. And so the rest is history. Let's just go from the start of this, Anita, if we can, to the end of this, and we'll come back and hit it on the backside.
Coach, you come into Baton Rouge and you knock off the number 1 team in the country. How did you do it tonight?
I don't know. I tell you what, I know this. Got a lot of guys with some big hearts. All I know is for 3 hours. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. It's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. I love you. What an y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 3, number 4.
We got that wood right here, baby.
Somebody better look at this guy. He's the best football player in the country. And his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May. Number 5, you better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
Got that wood right here.
Darren, did you win this one for your coach?
It was just a great feeling to come out here playing the number 1 team in the nation. Our coach, he's been through some ups and downs this whole season, and it's just a great feeling to win for him. I got that wood, and that's how you pronounce it. Ain't Arkansas. It's Arkansas, baby.
How about with the talk and the speculation of whether Houston Nutt will be back next year? Talk about that and how much you guys wanted this one for him.
We just coming out here playing game. I know it's been a while since we beat LSU. It's just a great feeling to go out there and beat them.
Coach talked about the Heisman. Do you think you deserve to go to New York and win the award?
Hey, numbers speak for themselves, so that's all I can say.
Go enjoy the victory.
Thank you.
How about that? Listen, I don't know where that bat is that you were holding, but it's worth a lot of money if anybody could ever find it. Yeah, that was just sort of a crazy story how the bat was that was not supposed to be what it turned out to be, but it did for that night, wasn't it?
So we, Coach Nutt, like I said, Coach Nutt is a great motivator, give you great speeches. He did this thing. We have our 48-hour meetings 48 hours before the game. We would always have a meeting. And he bought out these little bats. He had Dean Weber do his thing. He'd go in the closet and bring them out, made a big scene out of it. But, And so it was going into, I think we were playing Mississippi State. It was like the last 4 games, but it was all 4 conference games. I think we were going to Mississippi State. We had, we had LSU on there, and whatever 14, I forget what 14s we had, but, that was one of the things that's just bringing the wood, and, so that's what those little bats symbolize, was bringing the wood, and, leading up into that week. I seen a Les Miles interview where he was basically disrespected Arkansas, called us Arkansas, and, me being an Arkansas kid in the way that I love Arkansas and represent the state of Arkansas, if I had an opportunity to say something about that, I couldn't just let that slide. I had a great opportunity to go out there and say something about it after the game, and, being around Coach Nutt, he's a guy that I love, man, to this day. I still talk to him to this day, and so when I seen him doing this interview, I just know how much he means to me, and so just being able to go over there, and I didn't know what the interview was going to turn into. I didn't know what it was. I just wanted to go up and, tell Coach Nutt, congrats, man, and I love you, Coach, pretty much, and turn into something else, turn into
that's
pretty much an all-time classic video
moment,
for sure.
Man. That's great TV. So speaking of the Heismans, you're obviously the only 2-time runner. I think there have been 2 2-time runners-up in the history of the Heisman. I just blank on who the other one was, but thank you, Andrew Luck. Thank you. So you did something very unique. Do you look back? The word is that Steve Spurrier did not choose to vote for you. Of course, Tim Tebow was one of the guys that beat you. What's your thoughts now, looking back at those Heisman votes? Do you think, man, that I really got robbed on that thing, or are you comfortable with this moving on and that you're happy to get what you got?
Bass, I'm one of those guys. It's water under the bridge for me, man. It's nothing I can do about it. I feel like I did everything leading up until that point to win a Heisman. And, after that, it was up to the voters and everybody, So I feel like I did everything. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to have a Heisman in my trophy case. Now, I would love to have that right there. But, it's something, it's the past for me. I try not to think about it much. When I'm out, people talk about it. I give my honest opinion. I feel like that I definitely should have won a Heisman one year. And so it's just one of those things. It's just water under the bridge for me pretty much.
So no Heisman, but 2-time Heisman runner-up, one of the greatest in history. Not just in Arkansas. You're a 2-time Heisman runner-up. You're one of the greatest to play in college football history. Let's fast forward. Here you are. The chatter has been around for years now about retiring the jersey or putting up a statue rather. I've been to every SEC stadium multiple times as part of my coverage for the Buzz and KATV. Channel 7, and I see all the other statues, and they are Heisman, and some of them are Heisman, some of them are coaches that have won national championship, but I also know it's about marketing, about promoting the players that have been great for your program, which I love. The more the merrier. This year, the U of A has decided to come out and not retire your jersey, but do a patch, and I think we've got it number 16, Anita. Let's take a look. This is the patch that 100-year check, and Sam Pittman announced they called you and said, this is what we want to do. We're not going to retire the 5, but whoever wears 5 has to wear that. If you would, go to number 17. This is the actual, see the stride there? That's based on an actual photo of you, which I think is cool, sort of like the Jordan, logo. So I know you're a very humble guy. And first of all, just talk about your reaction to getting the patch that every player who wears 5 has to wear.
I have to say it's an awesome feeling. First, I didn't expect to have a patch put on a jersey to honor me or anything. I don't know if some of you guys may have seen the Hog Plus podcast that I did when they were telling me about it. There was genuine tears from me. I'm not an emotional guy or anything like that, but it was definitely a great feeling because, it's just pretty much I was looking to do an interview on a Tuesday with who did I have on there? Quinn and Sawyer. With those guys, I had looking to do an interview with those guys, and they said they had a surprise for me. And I didn't know what the surprise was. I didn't know what to expect, and then I see Coach Pittman and Hunter Yurchek pop up on there, and they were telling me about the patch, and I had to tell them I'm thankful for it. A lot of people, I wouldn't mind seeing my jersey retired. I can't lie about that right there. It'd be great to see it retired, but, having that patch and having that DM on that number 5 jersey, it keeps my name in the conversation when people see a number 5 jersey for the University of Arkansas. You can't see a number 5 jersey and not think about Darren McFadden out there in number 5. And so I think it's a way to just keep my name alive and just keep it going.
Yeah, I got to be honest, listen, you got like multiple. You got 2 number 5s on the team. I think you got a freshman receiver, and I think you got a defensive lineman. I think is it Cam Ball. Listen, I don't know. Call me old school, but I think, listen, 5 should be a running back number. I mean, 5 should be a running back. It should be 1, not 2. And you're very kind to say that, but I think 2. Listen, I'm glad they did the patch. That's good that they did the patch, right? But you know what? You can go from the patch to retiring the jersey too, right? It could come in time.
And I think with all due time, it will come. Like I said, I'm not the person to go out there and press anything. I got people who do that for me and everything. Good buddy of mine, he does that really well. But, I'm not the guy to make a big scene out of anything. Like I said, I'm thankful for the fact that they did put the patch on the jersey. And, like I said, I'm genuinely happy about that right there.
And I would say, too, they're going to do that the A&M game, which would be cool. And I do think regardless of the patch or retirement of jersey, if you've been to an SEC stadium, other stadiums, they have giant murals and photos of the great players. You go inside Auburn, you see Bo Jackson. You see Cam Newton. Your picture should be somewhere. Your number should be somewhere. There should be a statue out there. And now, listen, I know we've got money we've got to raise for the kids. I get for the NIL, I get that. But I'm just telling you, from a marketing standpoint, they're missing out of young players getting up to see, hey, Dad, is that Darren McFadden? And so I just hope that we'll have Hunter next week. He's not going to like it.
Put in a good word.
He's not going to like my line of questioning, but we're gonna bring it up. But you're very humble in your talk about that. In addition to Houston Nutt, another coach that's popped up on the national scene after being a little below the radar is a guy you played, number 15, Anita, if you would. This guy has come out of nowhere, and look at there. Gus Malzahn now has got Florida State from not even ranked to like number 10 in the nation. And he said, I talked to him the other day, he said, it's a lot easier being assistant coach. He gets to go home a lot easier. What are your memories about Gus in that 1 year? It feels like he coached up there for about 5 years. There was so much drama and all that. But the 1 year that y'all were together, it was pretty dynamic.
I feel like we had a great year that year. We were able to throw in the Wildcat in there. It's a funny story about this. So Danny Nutt was the running back coach at the time, but he recruited me in high school, and so he and Bobby Allen, they would come and watch me play, and so Bobby Allen wanted me to play safety for him. Danny Nutt wanted me to play running back, and so anyway, we Danny Nutt knew that I could play running back. I played quarterback, I played receiver, safety, everything in high school, and so he had the confidence in me to be able to go back there and run the Wildcat. So he pretty much pitched the idea. I guess I'd say the meeting of the 3 minds with him and Coach Nutt and Coach Malzahn all came together, and they came out of their lab and they came out with this Wildcat formation and this group of plays, man, and it was just it was an awesome formation for college football that still lives on to this day.
Yeah, so there has been a fight about credit for who gets that, and so you don't want to stay claiming that, right? You want to stay out of that?
No, I give my credit to D Nutt, man, because D Nutt is the guy that, like I say, he come watch me in high school. He knew that I was a quarterback. He knew everything that I did, and he pretty much pitched it to Coach Nutt, and Coach Malzahn came with plays, and we put it together.
Don't you think that made a difference in your Heisman campaign too? You were doing things that nobody else was doing. No, the running back was lining up. I mean, we see it's a normal thing now, but at the time it was not.
I think it was a big difference, and I think that's one thing that set me apart from a lot of guys. It wasn't just lining up back there and catching the snap and running. I actually had to send guys in motion. I had to look at the defense. That we had a pass play call. I had to be able to read the tight end popper to know if I was going to throw the pop or decide to keep it and run it or not. So it was a lot that went on to it. It wasn't just a running back getting back there and running the ball or anything like that. I was a quarterback. I felt like I was living my high school dreams again.
Well, didn't you make? I may be wrong on this. The game against Florida in the SEC championship, I think you lined up at quarterback and you saw Felix lined up. What was it? Remember that play?
Yeah. So we always had this thing where we work uncover in a way. So if a guy ever lined up, no matter who it was, we just look at each other, make sure you give them the signal, and you get the signal back. And so we line up down there. We're probably on the 7 or 8 yard line, and I look out there and nobody's over the top of Felix, and I'm like, this got to be a mistake. And I look again, and I hurry up and did, and he did it back, and I just got the ball and just hurry up. And I don't even think I grabbed the laces or anything. I was just trying to get it to him as quick as I could just to get it off before somebody got over the top of him.
Yeah, those were exciting times and very unique. And don't see as much of the Wildcat or Wild Hog as we used to. Let me ask you about today's game, Darren. A lot of money being thrown around, millions. And so from your perspective, what do you think about the game today with transfer portal multiple times? Of course, they're trying to tighten that up a little bit, and the money that's flowing through universities now, athletic departments going to the players.
My number one thing is with the transfer portal, I hate how guys can go from one school to the next year after year. I hate that with a passion right there. I like how it was the old school way. You transfer, you sit out for a year, or if you go to a smaller division, you're able to play. I like that style of playing. I'm thankful for the kids being able to get paid off their NIL deals and everything, but I feel like it has to be a cap on it somewhere along the way, man. It's just crazy. I was talking to my guy Casey Dick last week, and I was telling him when we were in school, if they had NIL and somebody would offer us $20,000, we would be ecstatic, man. And so to see these kids getting six figures, man, that's just crazy.
Over the years, we've had different speakers that have come in here, like Barry Switzer and others, and the statute of limitations is up now for you. So did you ever get anything when you were playing? Listen, I don't know. I was trying to think who it was that I don't know if we had them on the air here at the Touchdown Club, but everybody feels a little bit easier about talking about it now because everybody's getting paid. Maybe it was Eric Dickerson last year. I can't remember. But what about you?
This is what I tell people, man. Growing up in Arkansas, I was an Arkansas Razorback from the day I was offered. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. They didn't have to pay me or anything like that. So I wasn't one of those recruits that was getting motivated by money or anything. I committed as a junior in high school. I never wavered from my commitment. I was going to be a Hog regardless. Like I say, whether it was money involved or not, I was going to be a Razorback.
Had a gigantic game this weekend. History was made. Arkansas State at War Memorial. I know you got some great memories of games at War Memorial. How do you feel about of Arkansas? They got the big, nice stadium. They make more money up there. You can't bring recruits down here. Where do you stand on games in Little Rock?
I'm a Little Rock kid, man. Come on, man. I like to be able to see the Hogs come down here and play, man. I know that game means a lot to people in the southern part of the state. A lot of people don't get to make it up there to Fayetteville area, so I think it's kind of the same thing. You had a big, nice stadium and everything up there, but everybody in the southern part of the state they don't get to see those amenities and things like that on a weekly basis. So being able to have that Razorback game here, whether it's just one game a year. 2 games a year. I think it's a great feeling. I would love to see that game continue to go on because I think, like I say, it's great for the southern part of the state. For the people who can't make it up there. The people who are getting off coming out of the bean fields and things in the evening. The hardworking blue collar guys that don't make it up to Fayetteville. And so I'd love to see that game here.
A couple years ago, we were doing the radio show, and I looked online before the show started. I think, Roger, we were in Sheridan. And I saw your Facebook post about, hey, I just want to let everybody know that I have not had a drink in 6 weeks. I was like,
6 months then.
Oh, is that what it was? It was 6 months? It was 6 months. 6 months, yeah. 6 months. I was like, wow, this is not something you'd shared. And so I asked if you would come on the radio. You were a regular guest of ours, and you said, yeah. And that started this journey that you've had now of sobriety. How are things going, and how has your life been impacted by your decision to be sober?
It's been great for me. I tell people my last drink of alcohol was 5/18/23, and so I've been sober for 2 years now. Thank you. I tell people it's probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life. I've racked up a ton of accolades over the years playing football, and that alcohol is something else, man. Just to be able to shake that off of my back, man, and just to be able to be sober and be sitting here and not like LT the other week having to need a drink to sit up here, man. It's just a great feeling. I think it means it makes me proud of myself, man. It means a lot to me and my family, my children, just to have a sober dad in the house every day. Not being I was always around, but it just well for me anyway. When I was drinking, it just my mind was wherever it wanted to be when I was drinking, and just to be able to be sober and be present, man, it's a great feeling, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, sure. I didn't put the picture in this one, but the last time you were here, you said you could see the difference in your face.
Oh, yeah.
And you could tell that you were in a different place then.
Yeah.
And you look great now, man. You look
Appreciate
like you could still play. And also too, you've been, for a guy that you're not the most outspoken guy. You've gone to Wolf Street and shared your story, and you shared it with it was AY, right? On AY cover story that's up for a national award. So that's something that's a little outside your comfort zone, but you felt it was worthwhile to do.
Yeah, I'm a real to myself type person, man. But what really made me open up about it, I first posted on my social media, and then I was in the gym working out, and the guy came up to me. He was just like, man, I seen your post about not drinking. I appreciate that, man. I've been struggling with that myself. And so it just made me realize that, I can actually reach people in a different way versus playing football. And a lot of people look up to me as far as just the person that I am. And then by having somebody come up to me in the gym, I'm like, oh, okay, so I want to be more open about this, and, just let people know. Because a lot of people think when you're going through your struggles with drinking and thing, you feel like you're the only person that's going through it. You feel like the world is coming down on you. That's not always the case. It's a lot of people out there that can help, man. If you know anybody that needs their help, man, just have them reach out to someone who can help them. Wolf Street Foundation is a great place. Just somebody to reach out to and just be able to talk to, and it's fun to be able to sit around. For me, when I'm not drinking, it's fun to be able to go to a meeting and sit around like-minded people that don't drink and be able to talk about things and get an understanding, laugh and joke about how rough it was when we were drinking. So that's something that keeps me going right there. I just want to. I don't try to push my sobriety on anybody or anything like that right there. I just this is what works for me. It's one of the best decisions that I've made in my life that's helped me be a better person. A better father, just a better all-around person, period. I wish it was something that I'd done years ago, but, it's better late than never at the end of the day.
Well said, well said. All right, that's excellent. We're going to close on this. And D-Mac will do photos, but, I was talking about when you look at the greats and you look at the Herschel Walkers and the Bo Jacksons, that Earl Campbells, that when you watch the tape, you go, most people don't look like that when they run. They don't have that speed and power. I just want to look at three plays back-to-back, 80, 60, and 70, I think. Let's just take a look at these, Anita, if we could. These are three of your great runs, and just to close the meeting out, just to appreciate your greatness. And if you have those, just punch those up. And you had several of them. Oh, this was obviously the great one against here we go. And just watch the acceleration right here. And those are world-class athletes for LSU that you're doing that against.
LaRon Landry that dove out.
Yeah, obviously NFL guy player right there. So that was an 80-yarder against LSU. This is against South Carolina. Now watch the separation. You always have that head kick back a little bit too.
Back and go.
and the last one, I think this is Georgia.
Alabama.
Oh, it's Alabama. No, you're right. These are Alabama athletes. What's this? Goodbye.
Roman
Goodbye.
Harper right there.
Goodbye.
Get him up.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, he's one of the greatest of all time. Darren McFadden, everybody.
Appreciate
Great
you
job,
guys.
Darren.
All right, the great Darren McFadden, and we are about to hit a break. Chris, let's go and just combine these, and then we'll come back and rock and roll here. You are listening to The Zone, having a good time today at the Little Rock Touchdown Club. We're back in a moment, and we'll hit a few other items from the world of sports from over the weekend.
Welcome to the real world, she said to me, condescendingly.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
This is SportsCenter.
In the NFL yesterday, the Steelers beat the Jets in Aaron Rodgers' Pittsburgh debut 34-32. Rodgers had 244 yards and 4 touchdowns in the win. The Bengals eked by the Browns, winning 17-16, while the Packers beat the Lions 27-13 in Micah Parsons' debut. He provided pressure throughout the game and got his first sack as a Packer in the fourth quarter. On Sunday Night Football, it appeared like the Ravens would cruise to a victory over the Bills, but Buffalo scored 15 points in the final 4 minutes to steal the game, winning 41-40. It was Josh Allen's 77th win of his career, which ties him with Joe Ferguson for second most in Bills history. And tonight on Monday Night Football, it'll be an NFC North showdown as the Bears host the Vikings at 7:15 on ESPN. That game can be heard on The Buzz. Join in progress at 8 o'clock. I'm Christian Weaver of The Buzz Radio Network.
Three Dog Night, Little River Band, Friday, September 19th at First Security Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Grab the 4-pack and save. Three Dog Night, Little River Band, Friday, September 19th, First Security Amphitheater.
It's Justin Aker for CertaPro Painters, and it is summertime. If you're looking for a project to be done at your house, then get them on board now. You can sign up for your free estimate, and you can get your project scheduled as well at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. I've had painters work in the past, and you don't get the kind of experience you get with CertaPro, where they're going to clean up after themselves, leave you with a great paint job, and they're going to do it all at an affordable price. For your home, for your business, CertaPro is the answer. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So get them on your project now, again, at CertaPro.com.
Hi, I'm Trey Reed from the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, inviting you to join me every Wednesday morning for the latest news from the great outdoors. It's brought to you by Arts Marine in North Little Rock, now under new ownership, but with the same familiar faces and incredible service you've known for years, plus the area's best selection of boating parts and supplies.
At Arkansas Spine and Pain, we believe one thing above all. When pain ends, life begins. Whether you're chasing a touchdown, a grandkid, or just chasing relief from chronic pain, we're here to help you get back in the game pain-free. Proud sponsors of the Little Rock Touchdown Club and proud to serve Arkansans who refuse to let pain win. Call Arkansas Spine and Pain today, 501-227-0184, because when pain ends, life begins. Arkansas Spine and Pain, ASAP.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
Would you like to win the ultimate hunting ATV? Stop by Honda of Russellville right now through October 17th to win a new Honda 4-man 4x4 ATV with winch, tire, and wheel package. Check us out online at HondaRussellville.com or on Facebook.
Proudly serving Little Rock and the surrounding areas, All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros is your trusted one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. We know that tire needs and auto repair services can be stressful and unplanned, but at All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer fast and simple financing for everyone. Whether you're looking for new tires or any kind of auto repair, we have your financing needs covered. Visit us in Mapleville or Little Rock today or online at allabouttireandbrake.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Welcome to Moe's. Everywhere you look, prices are going up, but not at Moe's Southwest Grill. Here, the best deal in burritos just got better. We lowered the prices on our Mo Monday special. The burritos and bowls you love are now starting at $6.99. Hot and delicious, made your way with high-quality ingredients. We never cut corners. Guess that's why our bowls are round. Come see us this Monday. And here's my daughter, Andy Kate, with a reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
September is here, which means it's a busy weekend for all of us during football season. If you're like me, baseball season too. Travel baseball was big back on Sundays in the fall. And the one thing that could keep you from maintaining that busy schedule, joint pain, knee, back, hip, shoulder, whatever it is, don't let that run your schedule. Don't let that rule your life. Hey everybody, I'm Josh Neighbors, and QC Kinetics is here to stop joint pain from calling the shots. So instead of laying on the couch, you're out there with your family, your dog, and you're out there until they get tired, not until you do. QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, no long recovery, just a smarter, more natural way to get your freedom back. And also, that first consultation, absolutely free, so there's no reason to wait anymore. Call QC Kinetics today, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics today.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff, Justin Stewart in Malvern, or Drew Self in Hot Springs today.
Aero Truck Sales has been in business in North America for 75 years. They are dedicated to helping truck drivers, owner-operators, and fleet managers find the high-quality, used semi-trucks that they need to grow their business. Their on-site financing team provides flexible financing options and comprehensive warranty and protection plans. Plus, their attached shop provides convenient and efficient reconditioning. Visit Aero Truck Sales at 12101 Eanes Road, North Little Rock, or view their inventory at arrowtruck.com.
You're back in the zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, welcome back, 12:50. Wrapping things up here. Heading out to Guatney tomorrow, meet our Employee of the Month. Always good to get out there and visit with the employees. Going to be checking out a new ride. Been rolling around at Traverse for a while now. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I hate to turn it in, but GuatneyChevrolet.com, you can see your next vehicle on there. Maybe it's a Traverse. Maybe it's a Traverse I've been rolling in. I don't know. I'll tell you this, I love it. So much room. Great vehicle. Absolutely great. Spectacular family vehicle. Third row. Super comfy, very affordable, and it's not easy to find a third-row seat vehicle under $50,000, but they've got them. Help you out with your financing. They've been stepping up above and beyond the Kelley Blue Book value. That's more of a guideline than a rule. Stepping above and beyond on that, and then they've been doing no payments till December on select vehicles. So go out there and find out all the details. It's at Guatney Chevrolet. It is the James Street exit, heading north from the capital city in Jacksonville, Arkansas, and they will straighten out your situation. You don't like your car? If you don't love your car, you need to go see our friends out there and let them get you the new vehicle that you deserve. Don't settle for less. Go see our friends at Guatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. All right, we're going to hit up some live fan feedback here and some text line here. Let's see. Y'all should have given a jockstrap to that Phillies fan who took a baseball from a young fan who was there celebrating his birthday with his dad and sister.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to give a jockstrap to the dad. Dad said, the ball. I'll give the dad a little credit. He said, I wanted to give my son a lesson in de-escalating situations. Oh. Did you see the dad's alarmed reaction when the woman went over there? So what happened was, for those who didn't see it, there was a ball that went in the stands. Dad goes over and grabs it. There was a lady that went out, a Karen, that went try to grab it too.
Super Karen.
He goes back and takes it over to his kid. And the lady comes over and flips out on him, and after, like, a brief discussion, he ends up giving the ball to the lady. And I'm like, I would have said, drop dead, you old bag, just like that, in front of my son. And then I would have taught my son a valuable lesson, too. It's called, people don't know they're stupid unless you tell them.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Those loose balls are free balls.
Oh, she's hearing it now, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
She's hearing it now.
Officially, thank you from the 501, 11 a.m. kickoff for the Memphis-Arkansas game. Not a surprise.
What time?
11 a.m.
Sure.
6 this week, 11 next week. I'm good with that.
You okay with that? And then,
well, if you're going to have an 11 a.m. game, why not have one against the non-con on the road?
True.
That's great for Arkansas.
And then we got one the very next game.
Bro, those guys will be back at home by like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
That's a brief flight.
Yeah.
That's great for them.
Okay.
Unless, they're going to bus over there for some reason.
No.
So Coach Pittman can say, we're going to treat it like a road game, because it is a road game.
Yeah.
What'd y'all think of Thunderbolts? I thought it was pretty entertaining. I don't know why you're asking me now. It was out a while back.
From like 2 months ago?
Yeah. I just saw it.
Welcome to the show.
I literally just saw it on my plane ride to Ireland. I had not seen it.
How'd you like it?
I thought it was good. It was entertaining.
Cool. Yeah.
It's not a great movie, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Justin and DJ, who do you like tonight, Bears or Vikes? Well, I'm rooting for the Bears.
I got the Vikings.
New offensive.
And the under.
New offensive coordinator / head coach, Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
What's the under?
47.5.
That sounds right. I like that.
You like that?
Yep. I like the under. What's the line? 2.5, 3?
1.5.
Yeah. Toss-up game. DJ, I heard you're leaving KRK. I didn't hear the details. Are you staying around here?
God, Chick-fil-A employee discounts are insane.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm leaving KRK.
Oh, is that where you're going?
Yes.
Man, congratulations.
Yeah. Come stop by and see me. It's one on Broadway.
You're such a liar. He's doing his show. I call it a podcast. He calls it a show, 4th and 5, and he's doing the buzz.
Yeah.
Why is Platt playing before Jones, says JW? I think Jones is so dynamic.
I don't think that he is.
You don't think Jones is dynamic?
No, about playing before. They just are two different tight ends. You have the Y and what did we call that back then? The F? I think that's what we called it in that system. So just depending on the formation and the needs, the way that Platt's being used a little bit more, it makes me feel like Rohan's not doing too well in the blocking scheme.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to do both play there.
The touchdown catch was nice.
God, he turned that up. Yeah, I did not expect to see him take it to the house.
He turned the burners on.
Yeah, he did. He's got an extra gear.
Vandy beat Virginia Tech. Yes, that's true. That was a good moment for the SEC. Is Mississippi State for real or is Arizona State bad? Yes. I think Mississippi State is much better than last year. But, again, we talked about it at the beginning of the season. When their quarterback played last year before he got hurt early in the season, they were pretty good in the passing game.
Yeah.
They're a much better team with him in there. What's the line on Hogs Ole Miss? It is 9 as of this morning at Oaklawn Sports. Hasn't moved, yeah?
No.
63.5. I like the over. Give me a 41-38 Arkansas win.
No, we don't need that. Wait, say it again. What was Ole Miss?
41-38 Arkansas.
I don't know if we go down there and put up 48 points.
41-38. I don't think anybody in America can hold Arkansas under 40.
Really?
Except for Ohio State. Maybe Texas. On future Hogs and Wolves games from Billy. If you heard Yurichek's discussion with Matt Jones from the Hogs Illustrated Club last week, I didn't. There's no way they play again and no way the Hogs play at Little Rock again anytime soon. Between the athletic department layoffs this summer and other things, Yurichek made it clear he's looking for any additional revenue he can find. Listen, if it doesn't make financial sense, it doesn't make sense.
Fair.
To me. Now, if somebody's going to underwrite it and go, we want this game so bad, we think it's so important for the state that we're willing to write a $3 million check or whatever the deficit is between Little Rock and North Little Rock or Northwest Arkansas, then fine.
Yeah.
But if not, Arkansas is not in a position to throw money away.
No.
If you're an Arkansas fan,
we need every penny.
And you know that they're throwing money away just so they can play in Little Rock, you're probably going to be a little upset.
Yeah.
Even if you're a traditionalist and you like the old school ways.
They've had to let very important people go just to make room for all these changes and how much money they need.
After listening to Bill Vickery talk about the naming rights of the Fayetteville Stadium this morning, I wish I was a millionaire. I'd buy them and name it War Memorial North.
That would be fun.
Too bad you're not. And it would take a lot more than $1 million, unfortunately. I say this at least once a year on social media. Somewhere Troy Smith is running around with Darren McFadden's Heisman Trophy. That's funny. It's true.
I saw that one, was it Cuban boxer that gave his gold medal to Roy Jones Jr. after all these years?
Really?
In the remember that
he got robbed.
in the Olympics? Yeah. So he met him in a ring 36 years later and said, "This is yours, man." Roy got emotional, broke down,
cool.
Started crying.
I listening on the app, a delay a couple minutes, and just 15 minutes ago. Can you elaborate, clarify what the caller asked as you went to break, talking about revenue? Why did the U of A have to share any revenue with A-State if it paid them $900,000? It didn't share revenue. It gave them 10,000 seats, I believe, to sell. So they sold. Let's just say they sold 10,000 seats at $75 a piece. So they made another $750,000 on top of that.
That's what that is.
That's what that is. I don't know if they were $75 a piece or not, but I'm just sorry.
75.
But they made well over $1 million. Is my point.
Okay.
By selling the seats too. Anyway, let's talk about Out of Bounds, shall we? Wes Moore, Joe Franklin, my favorite show on the Buzz.
What's up, fellas? It should be the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery Arkansas Classic, A-State, Arkansas, and pay them each millions of dollars to make up. That's just mine.
Where are they going to play?
War Memorial Stadium. Every 2 to 4 years.
As long as it doesn't affect the actual scholarships being paid to kids, because I got one in college. Go ahead. What are you doing?
Clint Sterner at 1:30, thanks to Chris Crane, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. At 2:10, we got Ethan Westerman with the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. And at 2:30, we're talking about the Moulton Devil Dogs off to a great start. Cody McNabb joins us. All that and a whole lot more coming up next.
Lost in the real estate jungle? Boundary or easement dispute? Title problem? Hire Lion Legal. When in war, you need to roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Summer is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Acadi's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Wetacatty's Touch, turn your dirt into dreams.
Hey, what's up? It's Kramer with Drive Time Sports. And Monday, when Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer get back live in the Eat My Catfish studio, they're packing in a great show. Ray Tucker's always going to be here on Mondays, plus Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Fox 16 Sports Director Courtney Mims, HogSports.com's Trey Biddy. Thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway, the shooter Pat Bradley. Thanks to Bet Saracen and Monte Harrison. Thanks to Absolute Roofing. Join us live. 103.7 The Buzz.
Okay, now the real sports talk show is about to begin. Stay tuned for Out of Bounds on KABZ Little Rock.